Okay, guys, it is the Blood Raven shooting phase versus the Thousand Suns. Dan, what would you like to shoot first?
Well, I need to kill something, so I'm really thinking. Your characters are there, and I've got some snipers, so I'm thinking I probably should kill them.
Okay.
So I might go. Ahriman's there. Ahriman's got his warlord trait, so do you know what? We'll try and start this one with the eliminators. Actually, hold on. No, we're gonna go with the grav into the rubrics.
Okay.
Because I've just literally math hammered it, and
what are you playing at?
I'm playing with this cool app.
What
it's
app?
Brilliant. So this Math Hammer app.
Hey guys, the new Math Hammer app that's brand new to the App Store revolutionises the way you can work out the effectiveness of different units across the game. There's a bunch of cool features that you can use to represent different units and abilities. It has multiple weapons to see the full damage output of a single unit instantly, full support for rerolls, modifiers, exploding sixes and much more. For example, instant grav that we were about to use, it knew that we needed to reroll wounds and damage rolls, as well as take into account like chapter masters nearby, etc. It has full profile analysis in one click. You can see return of investments. You can compare points values for the attack and defender to work out how effective one unit is killing another and then gain the points value of that. You can quickly input and save attacker and defender profiles and get instant results for your saved profiles as well. I wouldn't promote something on the channel that I don't believe in. I've used this app personally, and that is hands down honest truth. I have used this myself to work out what units I want to take at the next few tournaments I'm going to in the near future. Massive shout out to Math Hammer for coming forward and supporting us, so hopefully you guys can help them in return. Like they let us basically do anything we want, so it was really cool, so thanks for that. You can find the app on the App Store, search for Math Hammer and make sure you look for the correct logo and get that cool app. So thanks to you guys and hopefully enjoy the video. Hey guys, welcome to Hellstorm Wargaming and welcome back to
Warhammer.
The Warhams.
Czechoslovakian. Ooh! I said the bad word. Czech Republican Warhammer. But that doesn't mean that people from Slovakia are
one of the most important events in Europe today.
Excluded.
And we just got it wrong.
What I was saying was everybody from the Czech Republic and everybody from Slovakia are all welcome.
Yeah. And everyone who was in the Czech
And you, by pulling your face, have made them discluded, which isn't a word.
Welcome everyone to round 3 of the Prague Open Wargaming ITC singles event. Today we have 88 players battling it out.
We do.
To be champions. That's what they do, they battle it out. Maybe.
They're going to do a Warhammer.
They're going to do the Warham. And we're going to tell you all about the Warham today. So I want to
tell you a little bit about the Warham. We're not going to tell you all of it.
Not all the Warham.
Not all of it.
Most of it. The good juicy bit that you want to know. So thank you very much to Prague Open Wargaming event and Gamemat for flying us out here. Thank you very much to Math Hammer, which you've just seen an advert for sponsoring the stream to make this stream more possible. Be able to bring all the proper cameras, all the proper lights, so thank you very much for them.
And where better for us to pioneer our relationship with Math Hammer than Europe, the home of Math Hammer.
Exactly, yeah.
Yes.
We have Math Hammer, super cool, they're really nice approach to us about sponsoring, helping us get that awesome camera. Because we have a GoFundMe running, which is !GoFundMe, in the Twitch chat, or you can just, we'll post a link in a bit. We're trying to get a super nice camera so we can do this coverage but better in other countries.
Saving it for us, a UAV. The Warhammer equivalent of a UAV.
It's a Zwoosh Heart Eyes camera that you can zoom and move around. It's super awesome. So if you want to help support the stream, then hopefully you can check out that. But today, we have two super awesome dudes. We have Jonas and Stefan. This is the top table currently, so these are 3 undefeated players with the most ITC points in the event. So James says he didn't come here for some half-bottomed Warham. Audio's a bit echoey. We need to split up, Elliot. Split up. Move out. Synchronized watches. Is that better? This is how we talk normally. So we've got the top table. We've got Stefan, who's using an Imperial Fist army, versus the dreaded Possessed Bomb. Are you ready to learn all about the Possessed Bomb, Elliot?
I am. Sorry, I'm taking down some.
You're very
some
good.
notes.
I'm very happy for you. Thank you. So let's go and have a look at the top down on the board. So the mission is seize ground, and the deployment is frontline warfare. Frontline assault, even. It seems all our secondaries have been knocked out for some reason.
I think
if Jake can come over with the iPad, I can fix it.
They're in the middle of doing the secondaries at the moment. Gimme. So I would just like to point out, while we got them on screen, how wonderful these Czechoslovakian objective markers are. Now, they're all orientated the right way as well, which is a big improvement on Game 1, where they were all like back to front and upside down and all sorts.
So because the army name is too short, it's knocked off all of the scores, which is just great. So I'm going to have to quickly fix that.
Quick fix.
Quick indeed.
Fix. Yeah, he gets hate from all of us back at home. Boo, Imperial Fists. Well, you know, Imperial Fists, at least it's not Iron Hands.
No, exactly.
It could be worse. So, exactly, Berlin. Berlin represent, ich bin Berliner.
So, Elliot, why don't you go through the Imperial Fist list while I sort out the stream?
That sounds like a really good idea.
It's the most important round, so it's obviously decided to die now.
So this is Stefan's list. So Stefan is our Imperial Fist player. So he's starting off his list with a Battalion Detachment, which is obviously Imperial Fists. In there he's got a captain on bike who has a Power Fist, Storm Shield, the Eye of Hypnoth.
Eye of Hypnoth?
Yes.
So that you put that on a character, it lets them reroll wounds of 1 in the shooting phase.
That's very nice.
Whilst within 6.
He's also already spent the command points to make him a Chapter Master as well.
Okay.
So he's a little Chapter Master flying around. After that, we have a Primaris Captain. He has the Hand of Dawn relic with a Master-crafted Stalker bolt rifle and the Burning Blade, which is essentially the Emperor's sword.
Yeah, so the Hand of Dawn is plus D3 command points before the game starts, which is super handy when you're spending so many as a Space Marine player. And the Burning Blade is minus 5 and 2 damage, which is really good.
Put us back on camera, Mikey. Whenever you have a second. And I will show everybody what the Hand of Dawn does. So moving on from that, though, we have in our troops we have a squad of infiltrators, 4 infiltrators in there and a sergeant, and 2 squads of intercessors, all with 1 squad with Stalker bolt rifles, 4 of them, and 1 squad with normal bolt rifles. Well, they'll be both Stalker bolt rifles, right?
So yeah, they're all going to be Stalker bolt rifles.
Ah, okay, no worries. It was just entered differently on the armor list, which threw me off. So in our elites we have a Redemptor Dreadnought, 2 Storm Bolters, Heavy Onslaught Gatling Cannon, you know the deal, Icarus Rocket Pod, another one of them, exactly the same, and then lastly a Relic Dorado Dreadnought. So he has the Autocannon Battery, the Atomantic Paves, which I believe is the 5+ invulnerable shield, and the twin heavy bolter on its chest.
Yeah,
moving on to his heavy support, he has, let me just check, these are all the same, 3 squads of eliminators, all 3 eliminators in there, bolt sniper rifles, camo cloaks. Very tasty. Obviously, we've seen that they can do a lot of damage.
They certainly can.
The LGT, we saw them being used to effect.
Yeah, so
all over the
snipe characters through walls. Heavy weapons, so they get +1 damage against vehicles, which is really good.
After that, he has a Spearhead Detachment, so that is Imperial Fist again. Obviously, we have a Primaris Lieutenant who has a Master-crafted Stalker bolt rifle. And then into our heavy supports, we have a Repulsor Executioner. He has the Heavy Laser Destroyer on that, which is lovely. Obviously, that has there's literally a paragraph of guns on there, so lovely. He also has
shall I tell you what they have from heart?
Go on, sorry.
So they have a Heavy Laser Destroyer. They have an Onslaught Gatling Cannon, a Heavy Onslaught Gatling Cannon, a Heavy Bolter.
I have to take your first answer, I'm afraid.
A Heavy Bolter, a Twin Icarus Heavy Stubber, and 2 Storm Bolters. Plus the frag maybe Crackstorm as well. Grenade launchers.
I'll have to take. Do you know the actual full name of the weapon?
It's the Crackstorm grenade launcher.
It's the Fragstorm grenade launcher.
Oh, they have the Fragstorm.
Rubbish.
Close enough.
So he does have a Stalker with the Icarus Storm cannons on there, and then 2 Thunderfire cannons and a Whirlwind.
Nice. Okay.
So very artillery heavy, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Which is what you should expect from an Imperial Fist player.
Exactly.
So what do Imperial Fists do, Elliot?
Now, Imperial Fist, Always ignore cover.
Always.
Whenever they're firing a weapon, a bolt weapon, now that can be a Stalker bolt rifle, a heavy bolter, it's anything with the bolter, with any sort of bolt weapon. So the Eliminators are down here, and they have bolt sniper rifles.
Yes, which are bolt weapons, by the way.
Which are bolt weapons. So they get an additional auto hit on unmodified 6s.
Yes, so if they roll 6 to hit, that's it, an extra hit.
Automatically hit, never mind any maybe potential Alpha Legion stuff that we have going on. Heavy weapons do 1+ damage to vehicles in the Devastated Doctrine. So obviously that's our first doctrine that we start off in as a Space Marine. We've got the heavy, what's it called? Sort of heavy weapons, anything with heavy keyword.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, any heavy tank weapon
+1
gets
damage.
+1 damage. However, he's playing against Chaos. And this is the dreaded Possess Bomb. So this is a super, super good army, but it's not very vehicle heavy. So that won't be coming into effect. However, 2 Thunderfire Cannons, indirect fire, Whirlwind, indirect fire. The ability to shoot twice with Thunderfire Cannons or Whirlwinds, and also Tremor Shells to half move, advance, and charge rolls for 1 CP.
I've had them used against me as a Knight player, and I hate it.
Yeah, well, you can't use them on Knights, but anything else.
Well, I've had people pull
Someone
on
cheated.
How dare they?
Yikes.
How very dare they?
So it works on everything unless you have the Fly or the Titanic keyword. So Travis says Space Marine are toxic for the game, but so is the Possess Bomb, so we're bringing the hot action to you.
Yeah, there is, we always sort of, we're used to doing these streams now, and you always get people who say, oh, such and such is bad for the game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you playing at that sort of like these big international GTs, you were going to bring whatever is kicking out the most damage.
Yeah. What is the worst?
Why would you handicap yourself and not bring a good list for sake of, I don't know, smugness or something? Use the best that you've got. Why would you put yourself at a disadvantage?
Exactly, you wouldn't. So that's the Imperial Fists. Very, very strong list. Everything with a heavy weapon, so it's got the extra damage. Sadly, it's probably not going to come into effect, so I'm going to talk to you about the Chaos.
Are you?
Yes, so it's a mixed Chaos force. It uses Alpha Legion, Nurgle Demons, and Thousand Suns.
But interestingly, its ITC keyword is Nurgle.
Yes, but that's actually wrong. Because
Oh, is it?
Yes, because it has a Thousand Suns detachment, which has the Zinch keyword. So someone is putting their ITC faction as the wrong one. Maybe now they're getting told now. Who knows? There's a two TOs at the table. However,
we're getting a quick update from the
we're getting an update. We're going to find out what that is.
You carry on with the list, Mike. Yeah, I'll make some notes.
I think we'll find out what that is. But we have a Battalion detachment to start with. It is Alpha Legion, and it's a specialist detachment, Daemonkin Ritualists. So this is keywords for Possessed and Master Possession to make the Possessed really, really good, essentially. So we have Dark Disciples, which is for the Dark Apostle, who's Mark of Nurgle. So Dark Apostle will be able to chant prayers at the start of the game, start of the battle round. We then have a Master of Possession with Cursed Earth, so +1 in run. He has Infernal Power, and then he has Shepherd of the True Faith. So Shepherd of the True Faith is while a possessed unit is within 6 of the Master of Possession, you get a mortal wound on a 6 to wound, in addition to any other damage. Do you want to give me a quick update, or do you not want to?
Yeah, I will, as best as I understand it. So, what I think's gone on, there was a little pre-game ruling about the sort of the validity of a stratagem.
The Host Duplicitous Warlord trait, is it?
Yeah, so Risen Rubricae, I think the stratagem
Okay.
is called. There was a ruling made by the TOs, and I think the TOs have now read it, and they've come back over, and they just want to check that they've made the correct ruling.
Yeah.
So the clock has been stopped.
Okay.
The TOs are just talking with Jonas over now. You can see them discussing with the rules. They're just trying to make sure everyone's happy with how it's going to be ruled. So I guess the issue is that the stratagem is used. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jay, but the stratagem is used in the deployment phase.
I got you. I'll tell you all about it.
Oh, tell me all about it.
So you got the Host Duplicitous, which is a Warlord trait. I'll go into what it does, but the main thing is you can move up to D3 units before the game starts and redeploy them following the normal rules for the mission and the unit. So this is crucial because it says the unit and the mission. However, the player is asking, because if he moves a unit of Rubric Marines, they have a stratagem called Rubric Risen, so they can redeploy anywhere on the board using a stratagem during the deployment phase. But so the question is can they use that now before the game starts, used following the normal rules for the unit, or is that counted as stratagem, which can't be used now because it's not the deployment phase, it's the start of the first turn.
So I've just been told they have ruled against it.
So they have ruled against it. So if he redeploys the rubric, he can't use the stratagem to deep strike them, essentially. So there you go. So yeah, so as James said in the Twitch chat, you can't use it, but that was the ruling. We just want to make sure you're up to date. Yep. So we've got the Specialist Detachment, it's Alpha Legion. It's alright, Dark Apostle, Chance, some angry Chance who goes, do right, good. It's like his chaplain.
He's got his boys with him as well.
He's got his boys, the Dark Disciples. So then he has the Master of Possession with the Shepherd of the True Faith, so possessed units do a mortal wound within 6 of that unit while in combat. He also has Infernal Power, which gives them extra attacks, I believe, or plus 1 strength, it's something like that. I can't exactly remember the power. Then he has 30 Cultists, standard auto guns. Then he has the 20 Possessed with the Mark of Nurgle. Why are these good? The Mark of Nurgle, so you can cast psychic powers on them, such as
Miasma of Pestilence.
Miasma of Pestilence, Putrescent Vitality.
Virulent Blessing.
Virulent Blessing is the main one, I'm sure. And they're also Alpha Legion, so they have a stratagem called Conceal, which is used at the start of the opponent's movement phase, and they can't be targeted unless they're the closest unit. Not closest visible, Elliot. Closest.
Filth E. That is horrible.
Yes, so that is the Alpha Legion Battalion. Then we have a Chaos Demons Battalion. We have a Demon Prince of Chaos with Malefic Talons and Wings. And he has Virulent Blessing. Funny that. Virulent Blessing, +1 to wound. And double damage on a 6+.
Yeah.
7, which becomes 6.
Very nasty. I remember playing against Scott and he had all those drones.
Yeah.
The drones were doing like 6 damage each, and I was just looking at him like, your
Please
fly has done 6 damage to my knight. What is this? What has just happened?
Oh, it is closely visible. I apologise. My apologies. It is closely visible. Is our YouTube link? Yes, Hellstorm Wargaming on YouTube. We are live there as well. So he has Poxbringer, who has Miasma of Pestilence, which is -1 to hit. He also has 3 units of 4 Nurglings, which is interesting. I'm surprised he didn't go for 4 units of 3 Nurglings, but there you go. It is what it is. Then he has a battalion of 1,000 Suns. And this is where the things start getting interesting. So he has they have Cult of the Legion, Cult of Duplicity. He has access to a new psychic power, a new Warlord trait, and a new relic. So the Warlord trait is the one where you can redeploy up to D3 units and the Warlord, which is the ruling we just had. There you go. James has said reroll 1s to hit and wound from the 6-inch aura from Infernal Power. They also have a psychic power. Select 1 friendly Cult of Duplicity unit within 6 of the Psycho. Remove that unit, then set it up anywhere on the battlefield that's more than 9 away from enemy models, which is really good. They also have a relic. At the start of each battle round, roll a d6. If a model with this relic is on the battlefield, on a roll of 1, your opponent gains a command point. On a 4+, you gain a command point. That's really cool. I don't think he's taken that though, sadly. So we have Ahriman. Ahriman. Yes, we have Ahriman with Zeech's Firestorm, Infernal Gaze, and Prescience. So Prescience +1 to hit. It's really good. Zeech's Firestorm, just like loads of mortal wounds if possible, and Infernal Gaze, 3 dice, 4+ take a mortal wound.
So as James has just pointed out there in the chat, so the trick is that the characters are the closest don't launch. Nurgles block the characters, so you put a character out in the middle of the open and go, go on then, are you going to shoot it? And they go, no, sorry, I've got a feeling there could be something in that building, so I'm not going to shoot you even though you're in the open.
You are. There's someone there in the way, maybe. But there you go. This is why what we do is we get a really good army on, and someone who plays them all the time in the chat who can help us out with all the correct rules. Thanks, James. I love you. So then we have a Demon Prince of Tzeentch, who is the High Magister, so he gets +1 to cast. He has the Dark Matter Crystal, so him and another unit can deep strike. He has Diabolical Strength, Gaze of Fate, and Malefic Talons, and he has Wings as well. Then we have a Sorcerer in Terminator Armor, who has Doom Bolt. He is the Duplicitous Tactician, who he's the one who's going to be redeploying. He has a Familiar, so the first time he casts every turn, he gets +1 to cast. He has a Helm of the Third Eye, so that is basically command point regeneration every time you spend a CP. And then he's a Magister, it says Magister -1 CP with Warp Time. So I believe that must be taking extra power. Then we have a unit of 5 Rubric Marines, a unit of 18 Rubric Marines, and then a unit of 5 Rubric Marines. So the unit of 18 all have Inferno Bolt guns. Well, they all have Inferno Bolt guns. The first unit of 5 has Glamour of Tzeentch. The second has Weaver of Fates, and the third has Temporal Manipulation. So the Weaver of Fates one is the big unit of 20.
Yep.
So that's what he's wanting to redeploy and then deep strike afterwards. So, but no, he can't. Magister is the extra Warlord trait. Thank you very much. So we don't know. Let me just double check. Yeah, he's got the Duplicitous Tactician. So yeah, so there you go. Magister, extra Warlord trait.
Brilliant. So on the back end of that, we can see that Jonas has gone for Big Game Hunter, Recon, and King of the Hill. Stefan, on the other hand, has taken Headhunter, Recon, and Mark for Death. Now, I can tell you that his Mark for Death units are going to be the Sorcerer in Terminator armor and the 3 squads of Rubric Marines.
Okay, so 30 Rubric Marines gets 3 Mark for Death, basically.
15?
So yeah, so as I said, James, the problem is there's so much stuff
three
coming
units
out
of
that you
5.
can't keep up. So. Don't know what that was. There you go. Jay's trying to tell me information, and then he's wrong. Then I'm really confused, like I'm wrong. I am wrong.
Put him on and let him apologise to the stream.
Jay, I want you to apologise to the chat
ready?
in 3, 2.
Mikey's wrong and he's trying to make me look bad on stream.
Oh no. Oh no.
So yeah, as I was saying, there's so many new rules that are coming out, even I'm struggling to keep up. So when they say Magister, I've got no idea. Thank you very much, James. Really appreciate it. So what the mission set is, it's ITC 2019. So it's currently the last, probably one of the last events that's going to run this pack.
Yep.
Purely because the list submission was before the beta of the pack came out. And it's also a beta pack. It changed 2 days ago. So
It's unfair for people to have submitted a list 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
based on trying to deny other people's secondaries,
And then the
or
list
maybe
changed.
try to score their own secondaries, have a strategy, and then go, well, hey, you know that list you submitted? It doesn't really work
it's
anymore
wrong.
because
So
they
now
changed the
everyone's got to
pack.
change the list.
So that would just be pure pandemonium. Obviously, people need time within their working life to be able to check their opponent's lists and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So you couldn't do it the sort of
Yeah,
like
exactly.
week before.
There we go. So there's that. Chat to Master Valrak in the chat. They are black Imperial Fists, just like Iron Hands.
They are. Yeah,
Kinda.
from a lore point of view, but also from a practical sort of Warhammer point of view.
Seize the initiative is coming up. Ah, he rolled a 4, no C's. There you go. So we have Jonas going first with Chaos.
So yes, just as I was saying, although it kind of hurts me to see Imperial Fists as a big yellow, as a big sort of like black blob.
Not yellow.
Not yellow, yeah, exactly. It makes sense if you're a player,
Yeah.
because why paint something and be like, I can only ever play these? For instance, if you go to Warhammer World,
As a competitive player.
yeah, you could only use them as then Imperial Fist if you painted them yellow and made them Imperial Fisted.
Yeah.
So then you'd never be able to try out any other flavours, which means if you want to try out another flavour at a competitive list,
So
you've got to buy a whole new army.
Can I confirm this is a pre-game move?
Yeah.
Or is this first turn? Okay, cool. Is it a pre-game move, Jay? Yeah, so basically, because it's Alpha Legion, they have the old Raven Guard strat,
Yep.
or the current Alpha Legion strat, of when you spend a CP before the game starts, so it should be down to 13 CP, I think, Jay. So basically, when you deploy a unit, you spend 1 CP.
Yep.
That says 13. Sorry. When you deploy a unit, you spend a CP.
Yep.
It's called forward operatives. So you can move that unit 9 before the game starts. So he gets a free 9-inch move before he gets to actually use the possess. So then you can move another 6.
Wow.
They can then warp time. Oh, they move 7, I believe, because they're possessed.
Yep.
So they move 9 before the game starts. Then they move in their movement phase. Then they warp time in the psychic phase. Then they charge.
So, just as an interruption, the first turn has started. I think we can see Jonas now making some advance rolls. So, as would be a massive shock to anybody watching this, thinking, is that a load of Nurgle? Yeah, he's advancing all of his Nurgle stuff up. So those Nurglings are going to get pushed into the corner of that L. And I imagine we'll see the rest of the army start following suit. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining us today. Wonderful to have you all in. There's been 2 fantastic games of Warhammer just before this. We've seen quite varied armies as well. We've just had Admech with Blood Angels face off against a list that's actually similar to the one that we saw in the 24-hour stream at the very beginning of 8th edition, which is interesting, an all-tank list. With some guard that just weren't gonna ever come out to play. They were just staying hidden in their chimeras. Why get out and give someone else secondaries?
Why bother moving these?
So that was really interesting use of the army.
Yeah.
You have a screen, and it would be sort of 9 times out of 10 you're going to deploy that screen, especially when someone's using Smash Captains. But actually, he didn't deploy his screen because he was trying to stop Butcher's build from being given to the other player.
Yeah, exactly.
So he kind of put himself at a disadvantage to put his enemy at an even bigger disadvantage.
We're just having an issue with ITC battles now, obviously. Get to the do game 2 perfectly fine, and then game 3 comes up and it just gives up. So it looks like we're working. We might have to just double check. But Jay, can you ask which prayer has been cast at the beginning of the battle round? Which one?
-1 to hit.
Benediction of Darkness. Cool. So the possessed to be made -1 to hit.
The prayer of look over there.
Benediction of Darkness. I don't know why, but the Benediction of Darkness reminds me of Evil Dead 2, the Army of Darkness. Don't know why. There you go. Tremor shells is a must, but he needs to be able to target them, and if they're in combat or concealed, then he won't be able to.
Yeah, and that's what Nurgle are really good at, getting in combat and just sitting there on objectives.
Yeah, exactly. Or sit there and can't be targeted.
Well, yeah, even better.
Better,
if they wrap something, they can't be targeted.
Yeah, so the mission is seize ground, Elliot. So that means there's 6 objectives, as you can see on screen, which are obviously the Czech Republic flag. If he holds or contests 5 of those objectives, then you score the bonus point.
Yeah, as James has said there, conceal them, have them not the closest, drop them.
So 2 CP at the start of the opponent's shooting phase. You choose an Alpha Legion unit. They can't be targeted unless they are the closest visible unit.
So we're just saying that Jonas is trying really hard to move his Master of Possession out of the way so that the Eliminators can't see him, but
no chance. No chance. That's it. He's just going to have to dodge. He's going to have to bounce around.
I'm sure he can do that very well.
Probably.
Chaos tricky Alpha Legion Nurgle boy. He'll be doing backflips and kicking bullets away.
Yeah, there you go. You can see the possessed bomb in the L shape. You got Stefan looking very nervous. Look how nervous.
I would be seeing that thing come towards me.
Yeah, so he's basically pinned himself in a corner. And this is exactly what I did at the LVJ, which is the wrong thing to do. So to realistically beat the possessed on this deployment is to have 2. Are you ready, Elliot? Are you going to take your notes?
No, I'm putting up the screen, mate. So
you're putting the screen?
Let's get behind the notepad.
Ready?
So
Ready?
Jay can't
I'm
see
going to
us
tell
as
you
well,
how to deal with the possessed bomb. Or one way to help deal with it. Don't have 1 castle like Stefan has. With the possessed bomb, there's only 20 models in that unit.
Yep.
So it can't spread out all the way across the board.
So make him choose, right? Make him choose a corner.
Yeah, it can't tag here and tag here at the same time. So because there's not enough models, what the possessed want to do, the Indigo Kid, thank you very much for getting in the way of my drawing. Thank you very much for the follow. I love you. What the possessed are going to do is they're going to warp time over here, right? And then they're going to go, I'm going to hug you here, and I'm going to hug you here, and I'm going to hug you here, and I'm going to hug you here. What it can't do is hug all of this and hug all of this at the same time. So what happens is one side dies, or it's on 1 objective, and then this side shoots the crap out of everything else.
Yep.
But what we've seen is not the right thing to do. So we've got 1 castle, which is going to get cuddled. And that's what's going to happen.
That's a cuddling.
That's a cuddling. Also known as the bad touch.
The bad touch, yeah. So, interesting decisions from Stefan.
Yeah.
But
I came all the way to Prague and all I got was a bad touch.
That's quite a new thing, isn't it? So It's relatively new in the meta, though, isn't it? So
It is, yeah. So we mainly saw the Possessed Bomb in January, where Manny Chima from Glasshammer kind of not made it, but he definitely fathered it and showed how good it could be. And then it was
its
LVO was
pioneer.
everywhere, yeah. Because what it did, it kind of killed Tau, because of the fact that you can make something. Usually, what you have is a Disco Lord or Lord Discordant with a Warlord trait to make him -1 to hit. You use Benediction of Darkness of him to make him -2 to hit. You cast Miasma of Pestilence, make him -3 to hit. And I think there's another way you can make them -4 to hit.
right, okay.
So there's not a lot in the game that can actually hit them at that point.
Apart from Imperial Fist, Mikey, which always hit on a 6 with bolt weapons.
Yeah, so if you roll a 6 to hit, the normal hit doesn't hit, but the extra hit does hit.
Wee.
But what that essentially did was, that list killed Tau in the meta. Because Tau are BS4 without Markalites, they can't shoot Possessed or anything in front of it.
2 mortal wounds after an 11 on the smite.
Nice.
Thinking about a reroll. I think he's gone for
Alpha
it.
Legion, obviously, it's an Alpha Legion Discord Lord, so it's -4 to hit.
So he's killed 2 eliminators with that smite.
Wow, okay, that's really good.
Opening up the psychic phase well.
So what you have is Tau, who can't hit anything, and the Possessed just sit on the board and go, you can't hit me, I'm going to hold every objective. I don't need to charge you, because if I charge you, you can hit me. You have to charge me, and I want to eat you in combat. So good luck, Tau. James says, I prayed on Tower Belgium team champs for part of our team build. I'm not surprised. That's a great thing about team events, because you can put a tailored list against something else. So
that's our first kill as well. The Eagle-Eyed Monster would have noticed that first eliminator has been taken off the book. That's last eliminator from that squad's been taken off now.
Nice, okay.
So that is a kill.
That's a
Jonas.
Also now Miasma of Pestilence. We said it at the same time. What did he go for? A 10. Oh my god, how do we know that?
Just good.
We're just so good at this game.
Pull the table apart.
That's okay, at least we're not pushing this one.
Reroll to wound goes off on 10.
Infernal power, so we roll hits and wounds of 1.
That's a 6-inch aura, really? Right, on the Master of
You choose a unit within 6, I believe, or it might be a 6-inch aura. Either way, it's good. I can definitely find out before James tells me.
James has already told us, that's
James
where
has
I
told
live.
us, I know, but I'm going to find it before. Wait for it.
Blades of
God damn it, I hate this book.
Yeah.
Where is everything? I hate this book.
There's a bit of explanation of psychic power going on the table, so we'll fill you in. Okay, so there was a Zinch psychic power, the -1 to hit power, failed to go off on the rubrics. And now Jonas is just having a little bit of a think about what he wants to do with his remaining spells. They're not spells, are they? They're powers. Cool, he's decided to leave it at that, so that is the psychic phase done. So we did get Miasma of Pestilence off. I believe we did get Virulent Blessing off. Zinch weren't able to get their powers off.
It's a 6-inch
aura.
aura.
Into the mighty Nurgle shooting phase.
Turn 1 done.
And there we go, turn 1's finished.
Yeah.
Massive psychic phase from Nurgle. We did manage to get the kill one with his smite, and he's also now really, really well positioned in the middle of the board. Sorry, Mikey. So I've been doing a lot of talking.
It's alright, because the Malefic Discipline isn't even in the book I was looking in.
Ah, okay.
God damn it, it's a 6-inch aura, Elliot. I knew that.
Codex Daemonkin.
Who has the Codex Daemonkin Codex? Literally no one. Why have you got it, Jane? Bloody hell. What I could have done was everyone just sending me their list on Battlestrike.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Oh well. So it's a 6-inch aura. So this is turn 1 for the Imperial Fist for Stefan. You can see the Possessed Bomb happily sat in a corner protecting all the characters. It's in Codex Chaos Space Marines. It's in Codex Chaos Space Marines 2 Electric Boogaloo, but not the first one like I've got.
Stefan's moving up there.
Yeah,
Obviously
he's
gone
moving
into
some
his-
intercessors onto the
I
objective.
always want to call it the deployment phase,
In the
but
deployment phase.
it's the movement phase. But they do deploy.
They do deploy sometimes, once per game.
So I think Stefan's don't know, having a hard time trying to figure out what he's going to do.
Yeah. It's a really tough because there's so much on the board right now and it's all in his face and he needs to deal with all of it. So those intercessors...
I think he's now having to put up screens with units that I guess don't really
Yeah,
understand.
start to create some roadblocks. I'm not sure why he's hogging cover though, because he's basically no shooting. Until turn 2, when the move routes come down, they're all -2. I just remembered about. So the screen killers.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to jump in, aren't they, and
Yeah.
start killing some things with all their nasty psychic shots.
Yeah,
Do
exactly.
they have astral sight as well?
I don't think they can shoot roll through walls like Luke can. I'll check
It
the
was more of a
stratagems.
joke,
And
really, because we had Grey Knights on before.
They can shoot twice though with Infernal Fusillade. So use a stratagem when a Rubik Marines unit or Scarab Cult Terminators unit shoot from your it's chosen to shoot. Till the end of the phase, they can shoot twice with their rapid fire weapons if that unit did not move. So they can't do it this turn, but they can next turn. Essentially making those, you know, if they stand still.
Thank you, Master of Warhammer. Here comes the Stalker.
Yeah, so Stalker's really good at killing flying models, and all the flying models that Jonas has are characters, so you can't target them.
Gonna come out going, get in me wheelbarrow.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, Dread, thank you very much for the follow, appreciate it.
See if we can try and get some of these tremor shells off in order to try and slow down that blob.
Yeah.
How does it work for what time? Tremor shells.
So, that's an interesting question, Elliot.
Well, I'm full of them.
So, it basically, shall I double check the exact wording? I'll double check the exact wording because it is quite interesting with tremor shells. And it's an interesting point. Usually people play it the same way because it's kind of, you can see how it's intended. So you use the stratagem at the start of the shooting phase. If you hit a unit, your target is shaken in the opponent's next movement phase. If it is shaken, half its move and any advance and charge rolls made for it. So, during the movement phase it is shaken, but when you use warp time you're in the psychic phase.
Interesting. So he's not. So even the tremor shells are going to struggle a little bit to slow them down.
Yeah. So most people, and the LVO FAQ, basically say that you half move whenever you move, except for consolidating piling. So because it's count, you move as if it was the movement phase. You move, but are you technically in that movement phase for the half the move? Most people say yes. Won't he just conceal his possessed? No shells? Yes. Technically,
yeah.
That's it. That's all he has to do. We're waiting for him to use it, basically. Has he used Conceal J, or is it not the shooting phase yet? It's still the movement phase.
Cool, so this is like a reaction stratagem. So you, like lightning fast reaction, something you...
No, it's at the start of the shooting phase you have to use it.
Oh, okay, so you don't...
So you have to
so you have to
decide
declare
then.
it at the start.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but the thing is what's the variation got linked to list anyone? There is a link to lists. Let me just get that up. So I use a Twitch command to bring it up. And then I'm going to share that to Facebook. So there are the lists for everybody. Also, thank you to Matt Hammer while I'm here.
Yeah, app's really useful, especially if you're building lists and you've got, I don't know, sort of 500-700 points left. You really don't know what you're going to do with it.
Exactly.
That list is perfect for looking at the different viable options that you have, or maybe models that you're looking at buying and seeing how well that fits mathematically into your list.
And obviously, we're trying to get that super awesome camera for better live coverage, so if you can help us out, that'd be amazing.
The Warhammer UAV. So the chapter master on his bike is in the corner of that castle. We can see it's all kind of pushed out a little bit, almost to try and pad itself out.
The problem is he's making more gaps.
Unfortunately, I think the die was cast a little bit when after the deployment phase, and the castle was just all in one corner.
Yeah, it's interesting that he's kept this castle so close together, because he doesn't have any horrific shooting. There's more than -2.
And Atamantic Paves only works in the shooting phase, right?
Yeah, and he's going to give them a 5+ in run, right? Okay. Maybe it is combat. I'm not sure. I don't think it is combat.
I don't think
but we'll find out.
Because I imagine it to be. I know this is not how Warhammer works. Like, I imagine
it's a bubble.
Yeah, I imagine it
like
like
a
the
void shield.
Gungan bubble
Yeah,
thing.
from Star Wars Episode 1, the best Star Wars movie ever. So they do get the 5+ in, but whether they get that in combat or not, we're not 100% sure. So what we're seeing here is Stefan is using the orbital bombardment stratagem. So he's spending 3 CP, and he's placing that just there where his finger is now. You couldn't see because of his head, but that's where the orbital bombardment is going. So basically, Elliot, what you do for this is you roll a d6, choose a point on the table, go for it. Thank you, on the mouse.
I clicked it, I'm sorry.
Oh my god, I can't believe you clicked it. Then you roll a d6, and that's the range of the explosion. And then you roll a dice for every unit within that range. On a 4+, unless it's a character, then it's a 5+. It's got a 3-inch range. There you go. So on a 4+, or add 1 if it's a character, so 5+. It takes D3 mortal wounds for every single 4+.
So it has got the Dark Disciples, the Dark Apostle.
Dark Apostle now.
Doesn't happen with the Dark Apostle.
Doesn't happen. Potspringer? No. 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 Cocked. It does go off on the possessed. How many wounds? 1 wound. 3 CP for 1 wound, everybody.
Wow, that's really
epic.
Yeah, that's
Epico.
very anticlimactic.
1 wound, oh my god, that is so depressing.
Jonas' face.
He's just like, this is fine. Nice. You've already got the Dark Disciple. He's just fist bumped to us. He's loving life. He's like, yes, wicked.
Oh.
If you would have got the Dark Disciples, that'd have been really good. So the Dark Disciples are little cloak dudes, right?
Yeah.
And they carry books and stuff.
I know, I've got a Dark Apostle. Oh.
Have you?
Yeah.
What a lad. Can I buy him off you? What they do is if they're near the Dark Apostle, they add 1 to his prayer at the beginning of the battle round. So he goes on a 3+ rather than 4+.
Does it stack?
Does it stack with what?
So if you've got 2...
no. So you can only, I think you can only take 1 Dark Disciples, but it's just +1 if they're within range.
But it gives you ablative wounds, I guess, on them guys, doesn't it? So if one of them dies, you've still got the 3+.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you can't target them if they're near a Dark Apostle as well. They essentially become characters without the character rule. If they move too far away, you can't shoot them. Similarly, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Just go and hide behind these coattails.
Yeah.
She's the big one, not me.
They also score King of the Hill while being completely untargetable. Exactly.
One base of Nurglings has been killed.
So that's 1 unit or 1 Nurgling?
1 base.
Oh, just 1 base of Nurglings. Bases, units of 4, don't forget. So there's still 3 left.
Yeah, still 3 of them left.
So just shooting some more Nurglings, I believe. 5+ feeling pain. Cool. So 1 Nurgling takes a wound. Hooray. Does Stefan know there's a lot more stuff to kill than just the Nurgling?
Well,
Did he use Conceal?
we did use Orbital Bombard.
Yeah, so Conceal has been used.
Conceal went off on the Possessed.
So the Possessed can only be shot if they are the closest visible target. And currently they are not. So to anything. So the Redemptor is going to shoot into the 1,000 Sun Rubrics over here.
Wow, 2 up invuln. Then on that back unit, 1,000 Suns.
2 up in one, not a 2 up armor save. How did he? Because a Weaver. You get 4 up in one. How is he getting the initial +1? So you have a 5 plus in one standard. Okay. Yeah. But that's still a 3 up because they have a 5. Because me and Jay are having a conversation about the invuln, right? So Jay, you're unmuted now. So Rubrics have a 5 plus invuln. They get +1 because it's 1 damage, and then there's a stratagem to +1. So that's a 3 plus.
Yeah. So you just told me it's a 2 up invuln. I'll ask the player for some clarification.
Yeah. Weaver of Fates. Okay, cool. Thank you. So, there you go. That's 3. There's an extra rule that I completely forgot about. So Weaver of Fates is a psychic power to +1 to the save, which is really good. There you go. 2 plus invuln on Rubric Marines.
2 plus invuln on the Rubric Marines. They've got a jump sort of power as well, where they can move forward. That isn't warp time.
They have the Dark Matter Crystal on the Demon Prince, so you can pick up a unit and him and that unit can redeploy. They have Rubric A Risen, which is a deep strike strat, which was the contention at the start of the game.
Yep.
So there you go. Yeah, they can do. They can do it.
Lots of flavour in this game then.
Yeah, Rubric Marines out of nowhere, everybody. So as I was saying earlier, it's amazing how they add rules to a unit and then they suddenly become really good.
So it is worth pointing out that we sort of picked games for games 1 and 2. We picked cool looking armies, nice people, just to get the best matchups for you guys. But now it is round 3.
Yeah.
We were happy, weren't we, with the armies that we had up on table 1.
Yeah, because this is a cool matchup rather than just a stale matchup.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, as James has pointed out, there is a power as well which lets you redeploy, as we said at the start of the game anyway. So there's a power that lets you dad jump essentially.
Everything you say, it goes in there.
I get told I'm wrong, so that's fine. I don't mind, that's fine. I'm doing my best. I told you, there's so much new stuff going on that it's hard to keep up. So he's shooting the Deredio into the down sun. So they are the Rubric. So they have a 3 plus in 1. So he loses 1, 2.
2 possessed.
Yeah.
3 up invuln because it was only damage.
Exactly. 3 up invuln because it's only damage 2. James, it's totally fine. It's better for me to repeat what you're saying and get it right than not get it right at all. So again, do we know what's shooting next? So second Redemptor is going to shoot into the same unit that has a 2 plus invuln. Reason being is I don't think there's any other viable targets.
Weight of fire. If anything's going to do it, it's going to be weight of fire, isn't it? So
yeah. So because he can't see this, and he can't see past this, the only viable targets are these or these characters. But obviously he can't target the characters because the Nurglings are closer. So the only viable target are these Rubrics. So Repulsor's going to fire in. Oh, he's got little tokens. So these all have the weapons on them, which is cool. So I reckon the heavy bolt and the laser destroyer is going to be in, but that's about it. Maybe get the 30-inch range heavy onslaught in.
Yeah. So heavy laser first. We're rolling because of the chapter master.
Are they rolling all the dice off camera where we can't see them? They've got a little tray at the side of the board. Okay. There you go. So heavy laser destroyer is done. Next, it's the heavy stubber.
So 4 hits from that weapon.
Yeah.
Just waiting on. There we go. One more rubric now.
He's still
So
killed 4
of that
with
unit
with
with
two of them,
Tumble, yeah. So
but
yeah.
still, it's a lot of wasted firepower because this could be obliterating something else, but you just can't see anything.
I guess it's not wasted if you can't actually.
Yeah, just so you guys can kind of see what's happening, they are rolling in a dice box just off camera. So the Gatling cannon, 12 hits, 12 wounds.
Wow. Out of how many shots, Mikey?
12.
Wow.
How many just failed? 1, 2, 3? Wow. 4 failed 2-ups. That is not on average. It should have failed 2.
This is orbital bombardment coming back, isn't it?
Wow.
There's only 2 left in that rubric unit now.
Wowza. Heavy bolter gets 3 extra hits because he rolled 6s. At 6 shots, becomes 7 wounds.
This dice tray is doing him wonders now.
All passed. Passed them all in. So the stubber, 6 shots. I know, I didn't. He fired that first. He's already fired that. Yeah, I thought so.
Okay, so that was his shooting from the repulsor.
Yeah, absolutely devastating.
Yep.
Really good.
So those rubrics have been swept away. There is now only 2 left in that 2+ invulnerable unit.
Wow. Okay. So the whirlwind's firing to the same unit with 4 shots. Three hits. 3 wounds, 3 saves. Killed another one, there's only 1 left.
1. And then there was 1.
And there was 1 more.
The lone rubric.
Okay. We spent 2 CP for a Thunderfire cannon to shoot twice.
You need that rubric to die.
I'm just going to double check something. Six shots from the first round of fire, that's not very good. Is he shooting into the rubrics as well? 6 hits? I mean, it's 2 rolling, so it hits. Four wounds. 4 2-up saves. Oh, okay. He's going for the cheap kill. He's shooting the cultists, not the rubrics. 11 shots on the second one.
Wow.
Mike Raza, welcome, dude. How's it going? Absolute legend. All 11 hit. Eight wounds. Onto the cultists. There you go. Yeah, so he's killed 9 of the 9 rubrics in that big unit.
No, that unit, but yeah, he would really do with finishing that unit because he's going to get a mark for death point and the kill one.
Yeah, but he's got kill 1 from the cultists already now.
Well, he needs it for kill more now, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. But as long as he's matching, he's not losing a point essentially. Because if he doesn't kill one at all, then he'll drop 2 points because he didn't score kill more.
It'd be really nice for Stefan to be able to pick up a mark for death.
Yeah, it'd be really good. So 5 wounds on the rubrics with the Thunderfire cannon. It's only damage 1 though, so it's 2-ups. Oh, different unit. Okay. So what he's also weak. So basically, what he's done is splitting his fire a little bit now. So weakening targets. So next turn, doesn't matter what he puts an invuln on. It's not like one big unit of 5. It's like a unit of 2 or a unit of 3 or something like that. So making him split up his buffs, which is a really good way to do it. little bit of contention. 3 wounds. Or 4 wounds even. Okay. Well, that's his fault, not mine.
That was objective, man. Isn't it?
Interesting. So he's taken the sorcerer from that back unit on the cake stand.
Interesting.
Yeah. So now they can't cast.
What loadout does the sorcerer have compared to the others?
Yeah, sorry?
What loadout does it have compared to the
A
others?
sorcerer. It has a force stave, but it's also this guy who casts. So, because he's the aspiring sorcerer.
So he wants his bolters more than he wants the powers.
He selects his bolters more, yeah.
God, these Imperial Fist, man, so there was 3 shots then, which resulted in 5 hits.
Obviously.
Because of
What
Imperial
shooting
Fists.
what though?
So the eliminators with the bolt rifles are firing into what?
Okay.
So it goes into the
Pops
back
the dark
pocket.
apostle for 1 wound. It's alright that. It's strength 5 minus 2 because he's in the devastating doctrine and 1 damage, but ignores line of sight and ignores cover. So
Yep.
really good.
Not bad at all, not bad.
Mike says, Mikey, I hope you're still wearing those shorts.
You're wearing different shorts now, aren't you?
I'm wearing.
You're wearing the sunsetty ones.
Shall we show everybody quickly?
Show everyone quickly. Hello everyone, this is our faces. Yeah, these are the shorts.
What do you reckon, Elliot?
You know what I reckon. So there's been a failed charge while we've been away. So I think he's going to do another.
Ah, okay, that's what it says on the list. It says Fleet Master.
Fleet Master, right? Okay.
Okay, so there was something on his list which we didn't understand. And we didn't get what it was. So it's Fleet Master, which is a warlord trait. So it's basically an orbital bombardment that's done at the end of the turn rather than in the shooting phase.
Goes off in the Disciples.
There you go, kills the
both.
Disciples. Dark Apostle.
Oh, doesn't get Dark Apostle.
No.
Fails to hit the.
1 wound. 1 wound on the Master Possession from the Fleet Master. Demon Prince takes 3 wounds.
Wow.
Takes 2 if you pass 1. And so it doesn't hit with the Possessed, but does take out the Dark Disciples. Crucial point because it's nearly the start of the battle round, and now it's a 4+ for those prayers to go off. So it does hit the rubrics as well, so it kills 2 of those.
So interestingly, we're seeing a very similar sort of situation that we had with our last Space Marine player, where they kind of watched their opponent do exactly what they needed to do first turn, and they've had a really expensive first turn of their own to try and counter.
Yeah,
Obviously,
exactly.
if you're going super aggressive like that, you need to try and wrap this up quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
In my experience, you can't wrap the Nurgle up quickly, so it's going to be interesting to see how Stefan plans to play the long game. I was running out of CP.
Exactly. He's got lots of firepower, but as soon as he's in combat, done.
Yeah.
So that's the thing with the double. With the double orbital bombardment, he's managed to kill the Dark Disciples, which also gives him kill more. Yeah, exactly. Me and Jay said that at the same time, and then James says it in the chat as well. So, so yeah, there you go. That was a really good. The thing is with orbital bombardment and Fleet Master, which is a free one, it's a warlord trait.
Yep.
It's just so much more wound spam on one place, which is really good for targeting crucial characters if it goes off. So,
Especially when you can't target them with your guns, right?
exactly, yeah. So, you know, doing a couple of wounds to possessed, it's always a handy. So. Okay. So basically, Jay, we've had a little bit of confusion, but basically, he's also passed morale with one of the Rubric Marines. One of the Rubric squad got killed, so there's still 2 left, but one of them was the big squad, and then there's a unit of 5 at the back, I believe.
Well, that is a mark to the death point as well, so here you go.
Yeah, so really strong.
There.
There you go, strong turn from both players. Obviously, Jonas getting a really good position in with his possessed, so he couldn't really get targeted. Getting kill 1 and hold 1 for his first turn. And then Stefan coming in with the kill, hold, and kill more. No hold more. Neither player get hold more. It looks like they've paired it, so that's good. But also getting a marked for death. You can do it with you can do orbital bombardment with an impulsor and an inquisitor, so you can do 4 orbital bombardments in turn 1, which is really fun. List available. Just use exclamation point lists and search for the player. So that's the end of round 1. So let's go into battle round 2.
Battle round 2.
Did Benediction of Darkness go off, Jay?
It did. He had to spend a command point because his Dark Apostle.
Okay, so spend a command point for Benediction of Darkness to go off. Exclamation point lists. Lists. Jonas did get a King of the Hill at the end of the battle round as well, so it's actually 4-3, not 4-2. So this is it. The possessed are wide open now. So the possessed are coming out at full force, so they need a warp time to go off now to get that double move to be able to charge in. Dark Apostle advanced 2 inches, so off he goes.
Apologies, Rennie or Reen Gates, if we're pronouncing people's names wrong. I did speak to Stefan before and called him Stefan, he didn't correct me, so yeah, that's what we're going to roll with.
Oh, okay. Is his list there? Ah, yeah. So Jay's put the name Stephanie, supposedly. Steph. Can we all edit that document? No, you shouldn't be able to. Hopefully not, anyway. You should just be able to view the document.
No, I believe you can only comment.
Yeah.
Unless you have some kind of
superpower.
Weird power. When we were having a look at the document before, in order to get people's list up for games 1 and 2, we could only comment, so it'd be bizarre if you can now edit things.
What, you can are you telling me you can edit the lists?
Yeah, this is the top table of day 1, so we had 2, not random, but non-top table games for rounds 1 and 2, and now this is the top table, so we thought this would be a pretty good matchup. Obviously we're going to have Space Marines on at some point, even though they're not the most popular faction at the moment, but it is, for the sake of transparency, this is what's happening in the meta right now. Space Marines are big, the Dispossessed Bomb is big. I keep calling them dispossessed. So now we're just seeing Jonas's final little maneuvers before he goes into that really important psychic phase. Now, if he's not able to get warp time off, that's going to change Jonas's plans massively. Let's have a look. So Jonas is now just making his final checks, I think, before he says those famous words of, okay, we're about to move. Okay, I'm ready to move on to the second phase.
Panic over, everyone. That list is purely in my Google Drive, so edit away, it's not the real one.
There you go.
Please don't edit me.
That'll explain the suggestion.
Yes, I made a copy to my Google Drive.
Yeah.
So that's why
I was going to say, because the actual tournaments edition, you can only make suggestions, and then the TO has to actually authorize the change. So, hey CJ, nice to see you. Thanks for dropping in. So I think Jonas is having a big think at the moment because of the indirect fire that he could be facing. And the Space Marines obviously are very, very good shooting at the moment. Just something that Nurgle aren't really prepared to deal with. I mean, if anyone's prepared to deal with it, to be fair, it is Nurgle because they are tough. But he really needs to be playing aggressively and making sure that that little castle in the corner has some pressure applied to it. Otherwise, it's just going to sit there and do what it does best, which is delete pesky enemies of the Imperium. Okay, Brill, so Gift of Fate goes off on a 9 from the Demon Prince of Zeech. And the Smite is an 11. Okay, so it is the closest visit unit, and there's 3 wounds applied to that intercessor unit that are down there on that top, bottom leftmost objective, which I believe is objective 2. Yeah. Lovely objectives provided by Gamemat.eu, obviously showing the Czech flag because we are in Prague.
We are in the heart of Europe.
Praha.
Praha. Top. It's a top hotel though, isn't it?
It is a top hotel.
It's also called Top Hotel. Thanks, CJ. Thank you very much. This is it's a guerrilla live stream because we had to fly it across the world, but we're doing all right.
This is it. We're in the sticks here fighting a guerrilla stream warfare.
Well, thank you very much. He do try his best. Streaming in another country with no equipment whatsoever, and the wrong plug sockets is very difficult. How is this tournament compared to the LGT? In what regards, buddy? In what regards? In terms of stress, much less. Purely because we're much more used to it now as well, which is always good.
We're also only running 1 table.
Makes it even more impressive. Well, thank you very much, CJ. Thank you very much. We do have a side view. It's a little bit dark. It's the dark camera, but there you go. You can see the players thinking about what they're going to be doing. Stefan there on the right in the grey jumper, panicking about the possessed running through that big L. And then Jonas just having a great time. Venue, organisation, terrain, everything. Well, the terrain's nice. It's all painted, which is always good. It's the standard game mat laminated terrain, which is really cool. The venue's really cool. The terrain, the hotel's really nice in a nice location.
Kills the unit down on 2. The sorcerer was just able to snipe him. Sorry for jumping in.
Organisation, everything seems to be going well, so can't complain.
No complaints. Everything's going well. Food is nice.
Yeah. Is there a list with the participants and general standings? So we do have a link. There's Tourney Keeper, which is the main software that they're using to manage the event. CJ, I'll just get the list for you now because it only works on Twitch, the command. So he's just cast the spell, which is from the Cult of Duplicitous Legion, or Cult even, which is the essentially that jump. It is called Sorcerous Facade. So it's War Charge 7, Facade, not Facade.
Facade.
Facade. Shut up. Facade. It's what I used to call it in Pokemon. Do you know when they have Facade, yeah.
No, I'm laughing at Mikey.
So warp time. Here we go. On
brown trousers.
From Iron Man onto the possessed. Here we go. Oh. Okay. Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
it looks like he's cast with the sorcerer a couple of times, and he's not. There's a bit of a mix-up. Who has what powers? Okay.
So Iron Man has picked up warp time using.
So basically, the sorcerer cast too many spells, so wasn't able to cast warp time. So Jonas just spent the CP to swap one of Iron Man's spells to give him warp time instead.
Could have been a really horrible mistake. that CP.
Thankfully, he had the stratagem.
Yeah.
The
Really well
Chaos
prepared.
Familiar.
Now, after a
Here we
big
go,
drum
wall
roll,
time.
rolls a
Okay,
4.
it doesn't go off. Okay, so he did use. So he did use the Cabal of Sorcerers to get +2, and it's Iron Man, so he gets +1, so he actually gets +3 to cast.
So 7. I believe warp time is a 7.
I think warp time is 7, yeah. Well, the moving, so it must be. I knew it was a 7 or an 8. I knew it weren't easy to cast. It's a 6.
So like Jay's just said, he had to do it the hard way, but he's done it, and that was important. He needed that.
There you go.
Warp charge 6, wow.
Wow, Quicken is warp charge 7. That's why. That's why I'm thinking of it. That's the Eldar one.
Yeah.
The same power, but easier to cast. Okay, why not?
Yeah.
So the possessed get to move in. They're going to be able to charge whatever they like. Wait, why not spend a CP to cast an extra power on the Terminate Lord? Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe Ironman wanted to use the +1 to cast. Maybe he thought Ironman had warp time and it actually doesn't. But I mean, it doesn't matter. That's the thing. When you're on this top table, some players can't keep up with the heat that is the LED lights, but also the cameras, and also getting excited for when the plan is going their way. So sometimes people make mistakes.
It doesn't matter. Alpha Legion possessed crushes Iron Hands.
It crushes Iron Hands, but it doesn't crush Imperial Fist, does it? Because that's what we're playing.
We will see, won't we?
It's actually
We will
Imperial
see.
Fist. It looks like Iron Hands, so it's Imperial Fist. Glamour of Zinch.
Yeah, Glamour of Zinch has gone off on the rubrics on the hill.
So they're -1 to hit. So Virulent Blessing have gone off. Takes 3 wounds on the Poxbringer because he on the Demon Prince because of perils, but then he passed 2, so he took 1 wound. So Virulent Blessing has gone off. Glamour of Zinch has gone off on the rubrics on objective 2, so they're holding the objective and now -1 to hit. So okay, so the possessed don't have reroll 1s to hit a wound. They don't have -1 to hit, but they do have +1 to wound from Virulent Blessing. They only got Virulent Blessing. So Rene just said, guys, change psychic powers is at the beginning of the phase. So we're not TOs, we can't interject, so we're just going to have to let it play.
Unfortunately, we're sort of passive.
Yeah, we're just here to tell you about the gossip. We're not here
Almost
to control
like
the gossip.
David Attenborough, in
Yeah.
the way that they don't interfere with nature and
Yeah.
they don't get involved even if they see something going wrong. Stefan hasn't flagged it, hasn't asked the TO for a ruling, and we're not TOs, so there's not a lot.
We're not the TOs, even though people keep bringing their score sheets to
Keep
us.
trying to give us their scores.
That's a bit of a shame, but I mean, there you go. That's what it is.
Yeah.
He could have used the stratagem to use it on the Terminator Sorcerer and let him cast an extra power, but you know, he would have still gone off because he rolled it on a 7. He only needed a 6. Araman gets a +1 to cast, so if he would have casted the Sorcerer, it would have gone off on a 6 anyway.
Yeah.
So at least the power would have already gone off. So that's the way we have to look at it. But we can't interject in this ruling because we're not a TO. We don't want to be in that position. We just have to watch how the cards land. Which is the end of the phase, so legal. So yeah. So rubrics are shooting into eliminators now. Where are the eliminators? Are they in this back corner? Cool. So the eliminators are in this corner. So the rubrics are shooting up through some windows.
Nice with the astral aim.
Astral aim through the window. Yeah, exactly. So he could have done it basically the same way, but we can't. As I said, we can't interject. So, can Elliot do a David Attenborough impression? Oh, he's getting...
And here we see the Iron Hand player in his natural habitat, pretending that he's an Imperial Fist, when he's clearly painting them as Iron Hands. Now, I don't blame him. In nature, life can be tough, and changing your chapter tactics in the middle of a fight for survival is perfectly fine.
Thank you, David.
Also, recycle your plastic bottles, you heathens.
Okay, so he's charging. So he's charging 2 Redemptors, the Repulsor, the Deredio, and the Smash Cat.
We're going to see some true warfare as the dispossessed run towards that castle.
This is interesting. This is very interesting. I would have not charged everything. I would have charged one thing and then wrapped it. Here we go. Don't forget he's re-rolling hits, and also if you have any bolt weapons, get 2 hits instead of 1 if he rolls a 6. So, like, okay. So 3 Gatling gets what, 3 hits?
3 hits.
2 wounds through. 2 saves. That's 19 possessed
2 wounds
left.
each, right?
2 each, yeah. And an invuln.
5 plus invuln does the demon save?
Yeah, plus the demons, yeah, exactly. So 2 hits with the bolters become 4 hits. 4 wounds. So he takes a wound. Has he targeted the repulsor as well, Jay? Oh, he's not targeted. He's targeted the 3 dreadnoughts and the captain, not the repulsor. Oh, my apologies. 1 with the cracked storm was saved. What do you guys think? It's going to be a quick one. I think it might be. It depends how this Overwatch goes. So next dreadnought, next Redemptor. $18 shots.
That's the danger of showing top tables though, right?
4 hits with the Gatling cannons. 4 wounds. Kills another possessed. 2 down, 18 to go. He's got some bolters to do. 8. So 1 hit, which will become 2. Re-rolling. So 2 hits. This is the first day, it is. 2 wounds. Okay, so half a possessed dead, another wound. Icarus launcher. 1 hit from the top. 1 wound, -1. Loses a possessed. So the Deredio has still got to shoot with his auto cannons. If that goes off, it goes off. So auto cannons. 1 hit re-rolling. Only 1 hit. So that kills a possessed. There you go. Bolter's next.
Not quite doing enough.
It's not. Really not doing enough.
No.
That auto cannon was his saving grace to just absolutely decimate them, but it's not happening. So the heavy bolters turn into 6 hits. 4 wounds, not too shabby. He obviously saved them all.
Wow.
Right, now the Smash Captain.
The guy on the bike? Do you mean the chapter master?
The Chapter Master. This is my first weekend without a GT since before LVO. Naturally using it to watch 40k and annoy Mikey by chatting constantly. Oh no, chatting on my Twitch stream. Oh no, please
dear.
don't. I hate
Helping
it
us
when
with
people
rules
do
questions.
that.
How dare you?
Bumping us in the algorithm, no.
Oh.
Interactive content, no. TJ Chorus 19, thank you very much for the follow. Okay, terrain gate. Charge range coming in. You don't see him just whack the L. Terrain gate. Yes, the objective is currently out of line. There we go. About right.
We'll get it put back there in a second.
So it looks like he's made the charge. 6 inch. Oh, so 6 inch. Yeah. So 6 inch charge into the dreads. Oh no. This is gonna be rough.
There we go.
So
now, actually, though, we're moving on to an interesting part of the game where we all get to watch what Dispossessed. Why do I keep calling them Dispossessed?
Dispossessed.
Yeah, possessed bombs.
That's Age of Sigmar. They're like weird dwarves. Old dwarves. Dispossessed, yeah. So I like that you've rotated the game so the flag is correct. Yeah, we did, and then they've knocked them. So.
Yeah.
So what we're going to see happen here, Elliot, we've got the charge, so there's a possessed here, and there's possessed here. They're going to pile in 3, and then consolidate and tag both sides. And you know what that's going to create? A nice little bubble. He stayed far enough away from the right that he couldn't. Okay, so basically he's being heroic. So I think what happened there is Jonas moved his model within 3, then said, actually I don't want to be within 3, and then Stefan's moved his model anyway. Yeah. So he's not in combat. The Smash Captain is not in combat. This is the thing, when you're playing competitive 40k, you've got to be really clear in what you're doing, because it gets very confusing when everyone's going really fast and oh, I'm going to do this.
Play with intent, right? So you say, I'm doing this because my intent is to do that.
Yeah.
And then no one can go, well, hang on.
Yeah, so you use one of the Daemonkin Ritualist stratagems for +1 strength and attack, so it's going to be D3 +1 attacks and possessed. So, but yes, so the bike captain isn't in, but...
Hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, wound on 2s, rerolling 1s, AP2, damage 1, 2, 4, and mortals. Wow.
Yeah. So James said in the chat, that's a hell of a... Okay, so they did roll a 3, so that's 4. That's a hell of a lot of attacks.
Huh.
Exactly, Fish. Play with intent and measure and agree charge raise first before moving, so there's no argument when you do it. Also, don't forget Death to the False Empress to get extra attacks on 6s. Death to the False Emperor, really. Do you remember what it does?
Doesn't it allow you to reroll wounds on?
No, +1 attack. If you roll 6 to hit, you get an extra attack.
Is that what it used to be or something?
A long time ago, yeah, maybe.
It was. I was going to say.
So basically, they've got all these attacks re-rolling 1s. They are hitting on 3s because they didn't get prescience. But then they are re-rolling 1s, and then if you roll a 6 to hit, then they get to make extra attacks for those attacks. So.
Oh, that's it. They explode on 6s, yeah.
Yeah. So the possessed have exploding 6s in combat. The Imperial Fists have exploding 6s in shooting with bolt weapons. Prescience did not go off.
Yeah, he didn't get prescience, which was quite big.
He did whiff on some crucial powers, such as -1 to hit and prescience.
Get some saves coming in now.
Okay. Which dreadnought is he hitting, Jay? So he's hitting the Dreadio first.
The cool original Dorito Dreadnought.
Pardon?
The cool original.
Yes, cool original Dreadio.
It could be a red hot chili. So 3 have gone through for 4 damage. It doesn't explode.
The Dreadio is dead. That's 1 down. 2 to go.
1 down.
How many possessed attack there, Jay? Was it 3?
Three of them.
Yeah, so
3
each one of them
Dorito.
gets 5 attacks each. So they just murder anything they gave. They win knights on 3s as well.
This is making me feel very sick.
Welcome to competitive 40k.
You want to play the Warhams? No one wants to play the Warhams after seeing Space Marines play off against a possessed bomb.
At least it's an interesting matchup rather than just Space Marines versus Space Marines.
Oh yeah, of course. Possessed bomb with Magnus and Martin.
There you go, Save's coming in. Is this into a Redemptor? 5 with 3 damage, 1 with 2 damage, and then how many with 1 damage? So he's just taking 12 damage from those.
Wow, 12 damage.
Yep, that's it. That's another Redemptor done. So that's another 3, so there's a few more to attack. There's a few more possessed to attack.
Lovely
6
tray,
of the 17 that's left.
Just as an aside, it's a lovely tray that he's got with wheels that's waist high, so
He
you don't
does
hurt your
have the
back.
tray.
And he's just been able to...
He's gonna put
35
attacks
going
into
into this
them.
last Dreadnought.
How's he going to wrap something? He's just accepted that he's dead. So he knew he was done, so he just took them off.
Wow.
Okay, so there you go, 3 Dreadnoughts done.
Boom. How many points was that gone up in smoke?
Well, the Redemptors are like 150 each. The Deredio is like 180, 200 maybe more. How's he sit? So, yeah, so what is he left to wrap? He's left nothing to wrap. So they can't fight twice because they don't have the mark of corn. Can buffed up possessed Nurgle possessed fight twice? No, they can't. So Jay, do you want, it's just I don't know what's happening. Why do people keep killing things that they want to wrap on this table? Are they just so yeah. So the Burning Blade is attacking back. -2 to hit, but he's got 5 hits here anyway. 5 wounds in the Burning Blade. He's just failed 5. They are 2 damage each. He just lost 5. Probably going to lose 5 possessed. Is it? I thought it was 2 damage to Burning Blade. Supposedly it's 2. It's D3. I'm gonna tell you. The Burning Blade is flat 2 damage. It's plus 3 strength. Yeah. So I'm gonna have a word with Matush and ask if we can be TOs. I mean, I helped write the rules pack, so maybe I am a TO by default. Yeah.
And now we see the Iron Hand Imperial Fist player.
Oh dear.
Unfortunately,
Foxy by proxy, thank you very much for the follow. He also passed morale. So how many possessed did he lose to the magical Burning Blade that was using the wrong rules? First. So he lost 7 possessed. So he's got 13 left. So he's had to go for a bathroom. So shall we have a quick catch up on the camera, Tom?
Yeah.
Have a chat. So we'll have our faces on. Are you ready?
Ready.
So there you go, guys. That was turn 1. We're having a little bit of a catch-up break. One, because the earphones are really warm ears. They want a break. And also, Stefan has gone for a pee. So he's got to wait at the table. So how do you feel that first turn went, Elliot?
About 2 turns now, have we?
1.5 turns.
1.5 turns, yeah. So it's interesting that it mirrored our second game.
Yeah.
as I said before. So we had a good showing from our first player, which was Chaos. We then saw the Space Marine player having to spend lots of CP to try and keep up and try and not let Jonas sort of run away with his position. And now we're seeing a strong, not perfect, a really strong second turn from Jonas.
Yeah, exactly.
So it would have been better, obviously, if he could have wrapped.
Yeah.
And something like someone's just said, wrapping a Dorado with no combat weapons.
Yeah, exactly. So the Possessed have so many attacks. They are so brutal in combat, you know, getting 3-4 damage plus all the mortal wounds on top. However, they are Space Marines with 2 wounds and a 5% run.
Yeah.
They're not tough. They go down like paper. But yeah, so no, miasma didn't go off, so no minus one hit there.
Nope.
They're not Alpha Legion. They are the closest target, so they'll be able to get shot. So we're gonna have to see if the Possessed are going to survive this next shooting phase.
You see Stefan run past behind us then.
So thank you, Stefan. Stefan's back. So let's go back to the top down. There we go.
No miasma, too close for Alpha Legion.
Yeah, exactly. So no flaky power body support. The only one he got was plus one to wound, which is really good. But again, people are getting too bloodthirsty and they're killing the stuff they're supposed to protect themselves with. Is this the pressure of the stream? Is this inexperience with the list?
Who knows?
I mean, anyone who doesn't know, this list will just overrun them. But if they're not rapping when they play another good player, then
Bit of a gotcha gimmicky list, isn't it? It'll fall out of favour soon because people will learn how to play against it.
Yeah. Well, this list dies to Grey Knights because, as we spoke about earlier, you know they have the Tide of Escalation, which adds 1 damage to your smite.
4 damage.
4 damage against the Possessed, which is horrendous. That was EastEnders, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He should have wrapped the Dorado, I totally agree. I was really surprised he didn't. So the Repulsor just moves away now, and he's just going to absolutely butcher those Possessed. The only -1 they've got is Benediction of Darkness, I believe. The litany, well, the prayer at the start of the battle round. Did that go off? I can't. I realised I've not got my earphones in.
Jay, I thought they didn't get miasma off. Oh, okay, so miasma did go off.
Oh, miasma did go off. I thought only Virulent Blessing went off. My apologies. So they do have miasma?
Yeah, so Jay's just checked with Jonas. Jonas is saying that they do have miasma.
Okay. So miasma and Benediction of Darkness. So they are -2. So that's better, but it's not amazing because they're rerolling hits because of the Chapter Master.
Yep. But better than
nothing.
Being sat there with
and then
your
again, 6 is a hit, still becomes 2 hits with
hanging
bolt
out.
weapons, but I mean, it wasn't the best play from Jonas, though, I don't think.
So yeah, I think it's been a strong start.
Yeah.
From Jonas. I think it's going to come down to whether Stefan has the sort of experience with his own list in able to combat this. So this turn's going to be really important.
Yeah, so basically what needs to happen in this turn is Stefan needs to basically butcher all of these Possessed. If the Possessed die this turn, it's a very interesting game from that point.
Yep.
If they don't...
Just got to see whether he fluffs it, I guess.
Yeah. Do you have any favourites in mind who could take it all tomorrow? So I believe the Iron Hands are probably going to be right up there with maybe a Possessed Bomb. But there's a lot of new players that I don't actually recognise here, so we're going to have to see how people get on. I reckon Iron Hands are going to do really well, as expected, until their inevitable nerf that's coming up. But we do have all the top tables right next to us, so we've got like free picking. We do have top pick. Yeah, and then we have Florian with guard from earlier. Absolute boy.
Table 2.
Probably hasn't bothered getting his guard out again because he does not need them. But we'll have to see what tomorrow brings, you know.
If he's brought them, there was people in the chat who were suspecting that maybe he
didn't
forgot.
see a tray with him, so who knows.
But then Jay did tell us that he did have them.
Nah, he was a liar. There weren't any guardsmen. 30 guardsmen are in the tanks and that's it.
Jay, we were saying nice things about you.
Greetings to all my friends
just
from
not
Regensburg, playing
that,
in Prague. Good luck. Well, welcome, Cowboy93. Thank you very much for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah. I want to thank everyone who's tuning in. There's quite a lot of you again, so thank you very much. Really, really appreciate it. I apologise. I apologise. I appreciate this is a bit of a guerrilla stream, so we don't have as many camera setups, and we've had technical issues throughout the day. But thank you very much for everyone for sticking through it.
But this is the first of hopefully many, and we will just go from strength to strength, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Again, Stefan concentrating, trying to work out exactly what to do against the possessed bomb, which is just leaking into his lines now. Just leaking in. Just look at it. Ugh. Look at it go. Ugh.
Speaking of going to strength, we do have a push at the moment, don't we?
We certainly do. We have the GoFundMe right now, so we're trying to get a super awesome swoosh camera. So I'll just post that in the chat now. If you've liked what you've seen today and you want to support us go further with live streaming, then do consider donating to the GoFundMe. We're well on our way to getting on goal, so thank you very much for everyone who has donated so far, and hopefully we can hit it. Otherwise, most importantly, thank you very much for just watching. That's the main thing.
Bit of a discussion at the table at the moment, it appears.
Okay.
Ooh,
So the whirlwind's went into the possessed. Tick flat 2 damage. 3 shots.
1 hit. 8
1 hit. Save. Made it happen. Save. In one. Okay, so repulsor time.
Let's see what this repulsor can do. This is it.
This is it,
isn't it?
This is it now. This is the all or nothing. Which gun does he shoot first? He goes for the flat 4 damage one. Flat 3 damage, sorry. Every time he fails a wound, he kills a possessed. Then he wants to do the multiple damage. Twin heavy bolts first. Does one of the possessed have a wound? Maybe one has a wound. So all the heavy bolt is missed. Executioner is my life, says Chapter Massive. Alright, tell me about it. Icarus Stubber going next. 6 is 8 because they don't have fly. Nice, so 4 hits so far. 4 wounds from the heavy stubbers.
Wow.
Best weapon in the game, Elliot, don't forget.
Heavy stubber. Heavy stubber of doom.
Cowboy93, thank you very much for follow. Okay, so what they're doing is rolling to hit, rolling to wound, and putting him in a pile, and then going to roll all the saves at the same time. He does have a chapter master. He's on a bike. Let me try and point him out.
It's been an interesting last game, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's very interesting. I think the bike captain's here. So he's providing rerolls to these guys all here.
So he's rolling up the Gatling at the moment.
Gatling cannon coming in.
Rolling them in a dice tray just at the side.
4 hits so far, but re-rolling from the Gatling. So 8 hits on the... 9 hits on the Gatling. It's 5, so re-rolling. 7 wounds in the Gatling, which is really good from 12 shots. So currently 11 saves on the possessed. Project 10C4, thank you very much for the subscription. You're absolute babe. Really, really appreciate all of your support. Helping us get up until to be able to support, afford the camera that we'd really love to do epic live streams.
The UAV of Warhammer. I will work on a better pun.
And thank you for following as well. I like our subscription and then follow.
Okay, so killed 1.
Okay.
Killed 2.
Killed 2.
One of them's left on 1 wound. I'm now firing the frag star. 2 hits from the frag star.
1 wound from the frag star. Makes a save, easy peasy. Storm bolters, this is it now. 8 shots, all 6s. Are you ready?
I imagine Storm Bolt's quite easy, you know.
Okay, so 3 6s to hit before he rolls. So 3 6s, obviously they're bolt weapons, so they become 6 hits. Falls to wound then. So kills another possessed and one takes a wound. Project 10C says, well, you all have the best comp streams and I have watched in a while, so I'm more than happy to help. Well, thank you, Project 10C, for support. Really, really appreciate it.
Those are some
legend.
very kind words.
Icarus Rocket Pod gets 1 shot. 1 hit. No wounds. Ooh. Okay. Plus Chaos is my baby, so seeing them win made me feel generous. Well, they haven't won yet, but I mean, thank you. Yeah. Okay. What about the Laser Destroyer? Has that gone in yet, or is that? Okay, so the Heavy Laser Destroyer hit and wound once, but then he made his save. So amazing. Okay, what's he got left to shoot? What's going to go next? Okay. Okay, so Intercessor's got 1 hit. So 9 hits in the Intercessors. We hit once, re-rolled, but 9 hits, which is really good. He is definitely getting away with no rap. So 3 wounds to the Intercessors. So kills the possessed. Now he won because we got on stream. That's good enough for me. Well, thank you very much, Brad. Really, really appreciate it, you babe. Can the captain shoot? Does the captain shoot it? Oh, there's 2 captains. Okay. I was about to say just interject, so I'd be like, just don't let him shoot it. We can't have any more like that now.
I was saying before, he does seem to be getting.
I take full responsibility for Jay's actions. In this sense. Amazing. So obviously we're not TOs, but I can't have any more bad things happen on one game. So the Thunderfire Cannon's going into the Possessed as well. 4 wounds in the Thunderfire. Pops the Possessed. So now the next Thunderfire Cannons. The next Thunderfire Cannon might be just outside of 12, which means there'll be a further -1 to hit. Does a place replay of any reserves or is everything on the board? No, everything's on the board. Okay, it is well. It's within 12 and he's going to shoot twice with his final CP. 11 shots from the first volley.
Shots, wow.
Why is he shot rolled them together? With the Thunderfire Cannon with suppression fire, you can shoot twice. So that means you resolve the shots and then you can choose a second target. Well, I'm just saying that you could split fire.
Yeah.
You shoot once and then you can shoot again, which means you can select a second target.
Project 10C4 is asking if the Space Marine player has any reserves. I believe everything is on the board. Yep, so it's already on there.
Yeah.
There are some eliminators in the piece of terrain just to the left of the second objective marker.
Yeah. I've got the suppression fire ruling. But basically, it is how I say it's read wrong. But basically, it says you can choose that model to shoot with an additional time that phase. But when it does, it can only shoot with weapons that can target units that are not visible to the bearer. So it can only shoot out of line of sight twice. Yep. But it can shoot 2 targets. So there you go.
Number 3 possessed.
So 3 possessed have been killed from the Thunderfire.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. As long as they're both out of sight, it can shoot any 2 targets. So I don't understand why people roll it together. So there you go. So 3 possessed killed.
As Has he done enough?
Wowzer. Wowzer. So Eliminators are starting to line up their shots. Who are they going to go for? Looks like they're going to go for the Dark Disciple. Not the Dark Disciple, the Dark Apostle. Or is it the Master Possession?
So apologies for the slowdown in play. Obviously, both these players want to make sure they're doing absolutely everything right. So there is a bit more discussion going on the table than would normally be. It's to be expected on top table, especially in a meta that is quite recent.
Yeah, exactly. So they're just working out what the Eliminator is going to do. Okay, so they're using indirect fire into the Master Possession. 2 hits, but one of them was a 6, so that becomes 3. Indirect fire. 3 wounds onto the Master Possession. Okay, so he took 1 wound. Dark Apostle is a smart call. He makes possess leadership 9.
All hit on these Eliminators.
Into the Master Possession again.
Yeah. 2 wounds now. Wow.
Okay, Master Possession is gone. Push. So no more mortal wounds in combat. However, as people pointed out, morale is going to be an issue for that big Possessed Bomb. It's not fearless, and he's lost a lot this turn. Hell of a lot. And he can't auto-pass because he's run out of CP. He's now charging the Possessed with Intercessors. Ooh, this is a good plan. It's a very good plan. No more mortal wounds. No more mortal wounds from the Possessed because the Shepherd of the Truth Faith is dead. But also you could just like throw so many attacks into it with all the Intercessors because they get 3 attacks each on the charge. The Sergeant gets 4. And then also he's got characters and stuff. They might be able to just try and get rid of some before they hit back. But then again, if he whiffs and doesn't kill any, then the Possessed are going to kill him, and they're going to move again before he has his turn.
Yeah.
But what a great game of Warhammer this is right now. This is so neck and neck.
I know.
They're also holding that objective, so they're not getting all of the attacks in. I don't really know why they're holding that objective when they've got the tank holding it, but there you go.
Is he not trying to stay inside a bubble?
Maybe stay inside the bubble, yeah.
11.
So the captain is in combat as well. The Phobos captain. Oh, I saw that Possessed move. Oh, God. So there's a bit of concession. So, okay, so basically what happened is he rolled an 11, so he was like, yes, I'm in, yeah! However, the unit was outside of 12 inches, so you can't declare the charge. Come on, lads, I'm trying to show everyone the best competitive Warhammer. And these guys are making us look daft. So 3 Intercessors are going to be fighting in combat. So that is 10 attacks. Is that enough? 11 attacks. No, that's not. There's 3 from each one, and then the Sergeant has 4. Oh my God. Maybe a chainsword, yeah. Chainsword. Chainsword gives him +1 attack. Amorian, thank you very much for follow. Appreciate it. He's killed 2 Possessed in combat. Oh, there's only 3 left in that unit now.
Wow, they've taken a lot of wounds this time.
Yeah. Because they didn't wrap. They didn't wrap, did they, Elliot? Do you know what happened? They died.
They died.
They died.
Always wrap up to protect yourself, guys. Don't take the risk. Always wrap up.
Yeah.
Make sure you protect
Always
it.
wrap up. Don't go too ballsy.
Don't risk creating a little possessed of your own.
Don't be a fool, wrap your dreadnought.
We want no warp spawn here.
Oh no. 3's doing with possessed.
Two more wounds.
What's happening, Jay? Okay, so there's 2 mortal wounds, 4 attacks of 3 damage. Okay, it's 2 Marines dead. 3. The classic wrap and don't get trapped, exactly. There you go, so that's the unit gone. I'll just repeat for you, Jonas just went... But, I mean, wow. There's 3 possessed left. So, there you go. He should have just charged all of the intercessors in, just gone for the attacks. Because if any survive, they die. Okay, so that's a possessed gone. Failed the morale, which is fair, what we expected. So, no more possessed. Now, the tides have just been turned. The fortress has been rebuilt. Turn 2 and no CP, these greedy little boys. I agree, yeah, exactly. So there you go. So that is the end of the turn. So Jay's going to give us the final round of the score for this turn.
The players are just totting that up between themselves.
And by the way, that was only turn 2.
It was only turn 2. We have an hour and 8 minutes left.
An hour and 8 minutes, yes.
Yeah, so they spent nearly 2 hours, so an hour a turn.
Yeah. Plus deployment. Looks like Jonas gets kill, hold, kill more, hold more. It looks like he's probably going to get King the Hill as well.
Lee, you going to be at the RTT in April? I could very well be.
Do you want to come? Do you want to come play Warhams?
Don't know whether I might have a football match on that day. So if I do, will it be a Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday.
Oh, if it's a Saturday, yeah, I can make it.
Boy. Mr. Co or Dino Co says, do you want a Monster Energy? Look, we don't have Monster Energy. We have Semtex Energy. It's much better than Monster Energy. Because when you feel the explosion, that's your heart palpitating. Hooray! Can someone message Semtex and tell them we'll do a sponsor ad read for them if they wanted to? I will definitely read their ad.
Funnily, someone's put, Jonas is trying to snatch defeat from the jaws of
victory. It was almost like earlier with...
interesting game.
With, what was his name? The guard player. I completely blanked. The guard player from earlier. Florian?
Yeah.
Where he almost... Yeah, he almost lost the game, even though he was definitely winning.
Yeah.
So there you go. The final score at the end of turn 2 is 12-7 to Jonas, but he doesn't have a great deal left. The possessed bomb, with the bulk of his army, the entire list is built around that unit, is dead. Because he got greedy and killed 3 dreadnoughts. But there we go. So
now there's a repulsor sat in the corner with a whirlwind and a chapter master.
Exactly.
Going. Go on then.
Your turn. In you come.
What are you going to do?
In you come.
Oh, you've got a Demon Prince on a few wounds.
What a great game of Warhammer.
So not wrapping.
Not wrapping at all.
Not wrapping. It's very big.
His rubrics are down, yeah, so no, hardly any rubrics left, no possessed. Just he's got the centre of the board. But I mean the Imperial Fist still have a hell of a lot of shooting left. So it's gonna be a tough battle now for Jonas. What blasting stuff does the Chaos player have left? He has rubrics, that's about it. Time to hide Nurglings and Smite spam from hand, and that's about it, yeah. Because there's just so much. There's that Stalker that's going to be a spiked screen. Because we've got... Where is it? We've got this, which is going to be absorbing a lot of the Smite before it hits the juicy repulsor. So, it's going to be tough. It'll be really tough. You got an update from Jay? I can't quite hear what he's saying anymore.
Okay. So the Dark Apostle wasn't able to get his benediction off because the disciples.
Oh, right.
So killing those disciples with the orbital bombardment actually really helping him out.
Really good. So no benediction of darkness. So the Demon Prince is just YOLOing. He might be able to plink the Chapter Master with Sniper Smite. That would be really good. He's installed things like Infernal Gaze. But it looks like he's just going to YOLO the Demon Prince. Send him into combat. Try and kill some stuff, kill some characters. Try and avoid the repulsor. Maybe tag one of the tanks, because we've got these 2 tanks here. We've got the Stalker, and we've got the Whirlwind. I don't think he'll be able to charge. If he warp times, maybe get all the way over and charge something over here. But realistically, he can charge this and just stop his shooting.
Jay's just saying that he doesn't think that the Demon Prince can actually fit its base between the 2 tanks to get into combat without charging everything and then having to take all the overwatch.
Yeah, he can't tag this repulsor, no way. He can't fit there, so he'd have to declare them all, charge to here, and then pile in and hit that one. That's the other way you can do it, I believe. I believe that's the only way.
No ones will be immortal.
Warp time from behind the wall, to kill a Thunderfire and touch a Whirlwind. The Nurglings will be immortal. Yeah, exactly. Kill the indirect fire and then that's it. You're going to struggle to touch any of the characters then, which is going to be really good.
Stefan's playing a good game, but it's whether he can pull it back.
I think Jonas has made a very crucial mistake with the Possessed. If he still had the Possessed now, that's game. But he doesn't, so it's a really tough battle now to make sure he holds on to that victory. This will be interesting what he can do. Can't wait to find out.
So, interesting clarification, the Chapter Master doesn't have the Burning Blade.
Yes.
It's on the Phobos Captain.
Ah.
So that's why he was doing D3. Yeah. Primaris Captain, Burning
So
Blade.
the Captain on bike has a Power Fist.
Is the Chapter Master who has a Power Fist.
Right, okay.
Gaze of Fate is favourite. So Smite goes off on 10.
If he has the Wrap and full Possessed hit lines now, he just cleans up. Yeah, exactly so.
Yep.
I mean, they're definitely making it interesting to watch, I'll tell you now.
2 always the Eliminators, so kills 1 flat out.
Yeah, just get rid of those snipers.
Another Smite on 10. Okay, so +1 to the Embalm instead. Sorry, it was not Smite.
Cursed.
It also had Glamour of Zeech.
Yeah, Glamour of Zeech -1 to hit, and then Weaver of Fates +1 England saves.
So both those powers have been cast on the
saves.
rubrics that are on the hill. Okay, so the Virulent Blessing has gone off, but Miasma of Pestilence hasn't gone off.
Okay, on the Demon Prince. So +1 to wound, and then 7s to wound are double damage, and 6s to wound is +1 damage. Yeah. Very.
So just wrapping up a few. This is another Smite, goes off in 7.
So he's just trying to smite that front tank?
2 wounds, yeah, so taking that Stalker down just a little bit more.
Softening it up so the Demon Prince can charge it and then kill it, and the same thing happens, he gets shot to bits and dies? Okay.
Firestorm Magazines did go off, but didn't get any more wounds. So I believe that is the end of the psychic phase. We'll be moving on to the mighty Nurgle shooting phase.
So the rubrics are probably going to shoot into those eliminators again.
So loads of the rubrics are about to open up into the eliminators.
Yeah. Get rid of those eliminators in the corner just to try and protect his characters for longer.
We've had a lot of hits.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick scout and check what's in those L's so we know what's in there.
Okay. It wasn't as good with the wounds. I believe he's making about 6 saves, is that? 6 saves on the eliminators up in the building. That is 1 dead. I don't think the other one took a wound. So the other eliminator is still alive. How did that Sundes?
So I'm back. So I've just had a quick catch up. So what we have, so just for full disclosure, we have 2 eliminators in here, but one of them has 1 wound and one of them has 2. And we have the Phobos captain, the bike captain, Tech Marine, with all the Thunderfire cannons in there. And then we have 5 infiltrators up here. So that's what we have left for the Space Marines, including the tanks, obviously.
The Nurglings are charging the infiltrators.
List in BCP. If you type !lists, you can find all the list there.
So they just made it. Just made
the charge. I think you get to move on to that objective now.
He's in now.
Here we go. So the Demon Prince is charging the Stalker.
Just charging the Stalker, yeah.
I can't wait for that Demon Prince to charge the Stalker and then die next turn.
1 hit so far from the Stalker.
Okay.
Reroll now. Just 1. Sorry, he did reroll. No wounds.
No wounds, so free charge.
Okay, 8. Just went right on that corner.
Okay. I suppose it sets him up for hold more, but I mean, then again, just something I've just considered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Interestingly, Mike, he's left it wounded.
So he's not killed the tank. What's the 1 wound? Sorry.
The Nurglings, if you have a look, the only one still on.
Oh no. So basically, what's happening here is he's trying to get the bonus. So he's trying to get the bonus here. However, if the infiltrators do 1 wound here, that Nurgling will die, so he'll be knocked off this objective. And if he fails to kill this, this is contested. So yeah, rerolling 1s. Okay, so we're going to find out how much damage is going to happen now. The big one will be 4. That'll be 4, the next ones will be 3 if it's a 5.
So a lot of saves being made at the moment by Stefan.
It only took 2 down to the Demon Prince. So not only has he failed to contest this... Okay, so he failed to grab that objective. And he's going to probably lose this Nurgling. Yep, so they're piling in, going to attack. They have 3 attacks each because they are infiltrators and they've been charged. So 3 attacks and 4 attacks on the Sergeant. How many wounds does that Nurgling have left on the objective? So that... Okay, so that Nurgling has 3 wounds remaining. Oh. So that Nurgling has 3 wounds, so if he does 3 wounds, then he'll be off that objective as well. So he won't get the bonus for sure. For sure. Yeah, it's not going well for the Chaos now. They're all in combat, so that is 16 attacks. I'm just doing the maths.
16 in the chainsword.
On infiltrators. Oh yeah, cool. My apologies, I'm doing the maths wrong. Yeah, 16 attacks, not 17. Seven wounds. The 7 5 up, followed by 5 up, feel no pain. Fail 5. Perfect. Perfect. Just managed to kill the Nurgle that was holding the objective, obviously.
It appears to have been moved back onto the objective.
Okay, so he's really like, okay, the intention was to be on 1, but I think he's just off. Yeah. So I think Jonas's intention might have been to put 2 models on there, but it clearly wasn't from the top down. So it's not.
Well, that's the important part before about someone brought it up. I think it might have been Nick said, you play with intention, but make sure that your opponent agrees that was your intent.
Yeah, exactly. You can't just say, well,
my intent was to do that, sorry.
Oh, sorry, you killed my dude, so can I like to move this back on? It's like, no, it's too late. If you would have left that there, I might not have bothered putting everyone in combat. The hottest potatoes has just followed, so thank you very much for the follow, appreciate it. Jay says hello. Obviously Jay from Mohawk Miniatures is helping us with the live stream. He's doing the Taylor boss. He's going to be on the live stream tomorrow morning. He's going to do the first game and commentary, which will be really fun. But the Possessed were just stood there with their pants down in front of an executioner. My dear happy ended anyway.
Yeah, it was never going to go well from that point, was it?
We all just love getting blown away by an executioner.
Oi, oi.
So we are live from the Prague Open Wargaming event. This is round 3, table 1. It's Stefan with Imperial Fist versus Jonas with Chaos, the Chaos Possessed Bomb. But it's just Chaos right now.
It is absolute carnage.
Absolute carnage, but there's no Possessed.
No Possessed.
We want to see a massive shout out to Prague Open Wargaming event for inviting us to come stream it. It's a Gamemat's event, so Matouche runs this, who runs Gamemat as well.
You can see the battle map that we have on stream today and the terrain. It's all from Gamemat.eu.
It is the Necropolis map, and oh no, maybe it's not the Necropolis map. What's it called?
No, it's not the Necropolis one. That one looks different.
Yeah, that's the red one, isn't it?
Necronic.
But then we have the City of Steel terrain. It's a nice map. It's a very nice map. Massive shout out to Jay for helping us out with table bossing today for Mohawk Miniatures, twitch.tv/Mohawk Miniatures. And we're also sponsored for this stream by Mathhammer, who basically make an awesome app for working out averages and dice rolls and how much damage you might do, how many wounds you might do with a certain weapon against a certain unit. So make sure you check it out, !Mathhammer, massive legends helping make this stream possible. So it looks like it's turn 3 for the Imperial Fist, the Repulsor Executioner. Absolutely. Okay. Do they include Haywire in Mathhammer? I'm pretty sure they do. So they do have lots of options for lots of well-known units in the game.
Yep.
Such as Grav Amp. I know that one's definitely one. Reroll hits, reroll all failed hits, reroll all hits, reroll some hits, reroll wounds, reroll all wounds, reroll some wounds. They do everything. And definitely do mortal wounds as well.
I do know that the developer is very open and will always take feedback. So if you had something that you thought, hang on, this stratagem could really do with being in the app,
and then
you've got contacts with support.
He's on Instagram.
Straight in, so.
He's got a Mathhammer account. He's also got Cadian Shock, which is his hobby account, and where he posted loads about his Imperial Guard, which are really cool. He showed me his Baneblade the other day. Also, thank you to the follow. Alpath, yes, thank you, man. His Baneblade lights up, which is really cool. There's like a little thing, like sandbags that sit at the front of the tank, and when he puts them on, it all lights up. And he's also got fibre optic aerials as well, which is really cool. And obviously, also, thank you to you, Elliot, for helping me out. Are you having a great time?
I'm having a great time.
You're
having a great time.
Having a great time. That's it. Don't see that on YouTube. We're getting copyright strike. Don't do it.
To hold down. This objective, but I'm stood off it by a fort.
Can I move it, please? After you kill the model? No, you can't.
The Space Marines punch. Oh no, here's the chainsaw.
The TO's coming over.
Stop singing on the stream. Stop singing.
So there you go. The Tech Marine has healed the Stalker 3 wounds to make it in its top bracket.
Yeah.
Absolutely savage. I'm just going to quickly check the table.
It's actually got more HP now than it did before the Demon Prince charged it. So yeah, big shout out to everybody who's come down to support the stream today. Obviously, this is something that we are not. How to word this? Not new hands at streaming. This is how Hellstorm Wargaming started. Some of you, such as Moon Tyranids, Confurioso, who've been in here for the last 3 years since the very start, will know that we started off doing live streams. Live streaming events, certainly sort of big events like GTs over in Europe is something relatively new to us. But if you're a tournament organizer and you are in the EU and you want your...
Or the US.
Or the US, yeah. And wherever, the moon.
Maybe we can fly.
You're on Titan because you're a Grey Knight. Get in contact with us. We can always chat. We're quite...
Yeah. We have an event submission form on the website, so you can fill in a form, tell us all about your event, and we can talk through there.
There you go.
So, there's some spicy drama gossip. Do you want to hear some spicy drama gossip? So, he hasn't shot the repulsor yet. You okay?
Yeah, sorry, there was a weird noise on my headphone.
So everything's shooting this Demon Prince. However, what's interesting is this repulsor. This repulsor, right, is closer to these 3,000 Suns characters, including Iron Man. Because this is a character, so it does not block some other characters, and the other Nurglings are too far away. So this repulsor could open up and start shooting these, I believe. So I wonder if Stefan's noticed that. Because that would be pretty cheeky. I just realized I can draw in white. Oh my god, I can draw in 2 colours.
Wow.
So we're going to have a quick catch up from Jay about what's happening.
What's going on, Jay?
One second, Jay. 1 second. Just
3
repeat
wounds.
yourself.
Oh, so 3 wounds.
So you just had a lot of shooting coming in from the Marine captains. 3 wounds to that Demon Prince between a Tech Marine and both the Marine captains. We're now firing the Repulsor Executioner,
Cool.
just assigning some targets now with these quite handy little bits of card. Just measuring the range for Araman, and it looks like Araman might be closer than some of the other things on the table.
It's funny that, because I've just pointed that out as well.
Yeah, so Araman is closer. Just to sum up what happened, so the Tech Marine, the captain, and a bunch of the characters fired into the Demon Prince and took 3 wounds off him.
Oh. Is Jonas going on Instagram? I know he's going on Battlescribe. I was hoping he's going to go on Instagram or something.
So we could see what he was up to.
See what he's up to, yeah. See who he's following.
So just checking, so the heavy laser is going into the Terminator Sorcerer,
So heavy
which
laser
is a
into
march for
Terminator.
death target.
Jay's on. You're muted, by the way,
He's
Jay,
marked
so
death
go
targets.
crazy. Tell everyone about it. You're muted now, so you're on stream.
Cool. So we're firing the heavy laser and the heavy bolters at Terminator Sorcerer. We've got frag storms going off on the Demon Prince, the storm botters going off on the Demon Prince, the rocket pod and the Icarus heavy stubber on the Demon Prince. And then the onslaught Gatling at Araman. So the Psychers in the middle are being threatened now by the Repulsor.
Wow. What do you think to that, Jay?
To be honest, I think that's probably the best play that you could have done.
Yeah.
Like, people underestimate quite frequently the range that something like that can move and it still shoot at full potential.
Yeah.
The Nurglings are not doing enough of a screen right now.
Now, if the Nurglings are actually closer in this L shape, then they could actually block those characters, but they're not. So
the laser hit the Sorcerer 4 times.
here we go. 2 to wound.
That's 3 wounds on the Sorcerer,
3 invuns.
who makes 2 invulns. It needs to be a big roll. It's a 3, takes 3 damage.
Oh no, it's just 3 wounds.
He's alive on 2.
Okay. You're going to stay live while we do this entire repulsor, Jay.
Yeah, that's fine. So we've got now the... This is the Gatling into the Sorcerer. Oh, so everything's into the Sorcerer now. It's not on our man at all. He changed his mind before he started shooting. So he's hit with 11 shots with that Gatling cannon. The Sorcerer is looking pretty threatened right now. And he's got a lot of ones to reroll for the wounds with the Eye of Hypnoth. So currently he's wounded with everything. 11 wounds on the Sorcerer.
Wow. 11 3+ saves then coming up. Because they don't have all these dust, because they're not dust.
Yep.
And Jonas has just rolled a lot of 1s and 2s. That Sorcerer is
That's
toast.
7/8 Sorcerer. That's Headhunter for Stefan.
And Matt for
It's a really good play there by Stefan. Still got a lot of stuff going into the Demon Prince. The Icarus rocket pod gets 2 shots. He's got fly, so he's sitting on 2s. Oh, he's got miasma, so it's going to be a -1, and he got 2 hits out of that.
Nice.
Rerolling with the Eye of Hypnoth, and he gets 2 wounds. And 1 goes through. Does 2 damage. That does kill him. That's both of those characters sniped out.
Wow.
Great shooting face.
Another
There we
headhunter.
go. That's another Headhunter, exactly. That's a kill 1. Maybe a kill more. Maybe a kill more. I don't think
See
he
if
killed
we
that
can do
many.
those Nurglings.
Yeah. Crazy. Well, thank you very much, Jay. We're taking you off now so you can carry on
No
swearing.
worries, man. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Jay from Mohawk Miniatures coming in live. But we take the pressure off him so he can just talk rubbish in our ear and then we relay some information, but not all. But what a great shooting phase that was. Don't know if I can go for a cheap kill into the cultists.
Yeah, 9 shots into the Cultists.
Well, that's the thing, it's -2 and ignore cover. So essentially if you're in cover it's -3, which is huge. Crazy, right? And it ignores line of sight. And it's 4d3 shots, it's BS2. How many points do you reckon one is? Like 200?
5 Cultists.
Just 5 cultists. That was a bit lackluster.
Yeah.
There are 3 Thunderfire cannons though. Okay, second one's got 6 shots into the same unit. 6 hits. There you go, so that's that unit gone. Now they're not holding that objective either. So what we can see is Stefan is holding 2 objectives. What we see there is not only is he going to get kill more, Stefan is also holding 2 objectives. He's holding these 2. But now Jonas is also only holding 2. He's holding this one and this one. So he's denied him kill more and also denied him hold more this turn. So
He's just killed 3 more rubrics up in that top hill, leaving 2.
Wow, okay.
Leaving
Two
just 2.
2 Thousand Suns rubric marines there. The sniper into Dark Apostle. 1 wound. It does make his save, there you go. So Dark Apostle still chanting away. Beating his butt, getting a bit angry about it. How to be
Occasionally
angry.
just putting his hand up to stop a bullet.
Yeah,
Going
he's
back
got a
to
book
his
that says how to be angry by Angron.
How to hate your dad.
Yeah. Oh, he does have the mark of Nurgle, sorry. How to be moody by Mortarion.
Mortarion? Oh, Nurgle. I thought you said porn. I was like, what?
What did you think I was on about? Who did you think I meant?
I thought you said Mark of Porn and then said Mortarion. I was like, pardon?
No. Dark Apostle has just been sniped by the Eliminators.
Gone. Another headhunter.
Jays will be on stream tomorrow, game 1. Well, game 4.
Now.
He's going to be on first thing in the morning.
Big scoring turn.
So he will be back. I'm going to get off because everyone's bored of me talking, so.
So, not the lay of the land that we saw 2 turns ago.
No, I thought it was game at turn 2. I was like, possessed are in. Cool.
Wow.
How things have changed. Jonas is looking a little bit stressed.
How the turntables.
How the turntables turn tables. Okay, so do we need to do morale? There's a big point swing for Stefan there. Denying Jonas hold more, which essentially in this sort of format scores you a point instead, because it stops him scoring. So it's essentially 1 point up. He didn't wrap, and that's what's cost him. It is. I totally agree. They ran out of CP in turn 2.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I normally run out of CP in turn 1, so we're just getting an update of the score.
So we got the mark to death. If I'm not mistaken, didn't he just max out Headhunter?
Pardon?
Didn't he just max out Headhunter? Can you max it out in the same turn?
Big Game Hunter?
No, Headhunter.
Headhunter, yeah, you can. So there's only a couple that say you can only score them once per turn, but Headhunter is get a point every time you kill a character. So it's every time. So we did find that both players are super aggressive in the first 2 turns, so this is where we left. This is the lay of land at the end of it. So the score going into turn 4 is 16-13 to Jonas.
Yeah, he only killed 2 characters then, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He killed the Sorcerer and he killed the Demon Prince as well.
Jonas just gained a point. What did he gain?
16-13, that was the score at the end of the turn.
Oh, I thought it was 15.
No, I said 16.
Oh. I don't know whether Jonas had scored something in his opponent's turn.
So there you go. This is round 4 of the Prague Open round 3, battle round 4 of the Prague Open Wargaming event, the 40k ITC singles. 88 players battling it out to become the champion of 2020. This is the final blast of 2019 ITC because the rules pack is using the essentially old, but it's basically using the official alpha pack rather than the beta pack that's just been released. We're coming at you live from the heart of Europe. We're in Prague, which is in the Czech Republic, in Praha. Thank you, Elliot.
Praha.
He did a little eyebrows at me. We've been streaming all day today. This is the final round. We've got 40 minutes left of this round, and then we're going to be streaming tomorrow. Round 4, which starts at 9, and then round 5, which starts at 1.
Yep.
So we've got 2 more games tomorrow. We'll hopefully have top tables on as well, which will be really cool. So I want to thank everyone who's been tuning in. I want to thank you, Gamemat, and the event for finding us out. Thank you to Mathhammer for sponsoring. Thank you for Jay, Mohawk Miniatures, for helping out. Thank you to you, Elliot. And thank you to everyone at home for watching. You're absolute legends. Really, really appreciate it. Been a super fun day for us.
Not used to getting thanks. Just used to getting told, like, you're streaming on this date.
If you're doing it wrong, Elliot.
Streaming on this date. Just make sure you're free. Okay.
Help me, Daddy.
I'm sorry. Whatever I've done. 16-13. Yeah. There's only really those psychos that are in the middle of the board that can really do much.
Yeah, they're the scariest units on the board right now.
Yeah, exactly. So even though there is, as Jay's just been saying, a points deficit, Stefan must be feeling pretty confident at this point.
Yeah, being sat with a repulsor there, it's just like, and 3 Thunderfire cannons and a whirlwind. It's just 2 Thunderfires, my apologies. He just quite comfortable. He could put his feet up for a little bit, you know. Whereas Jonas doesn't have a lot to play with, so every move counts. Whereas Stefan just rolls around with a repulsor, obliterates anything he can see, hopes for the best.
Mighty 1-inch advance.
Wow. So he's trying to get the Poxbringers closer so they can smite, so then the Naglings can protect them. They just did a shuffle.
He's just moving back now, obviously realising his mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. A lot of mistakes happening in this game. The thing is we're 8 hours into Warhammer 40k for today for these players. They've been playing for Warhammer for 8 hours so far. 2 rounds of 3, and we're 2 hours into the 3rd round. So there's a lot on. There's a lot to think about. Is there 5 games today? You can do 5 games. We're going to go to bed after this. I'm so tired myself. My voice is definitely going to be gone tomorrow, by the way. Jay's going to feed me Stretzels while I sleep, I think.
Well, I think the IF have got this.
The IF. If everything goes to plan.
The Imp Fists.
So you rolled a smite and got 3 mortal wounds.
Only on a 5.
The 2 mortal wounds onto the infiltrators. Infernal Gaze did 2 more wounds. So Firestorm did 2 wounds. So there's just 1 infiltrator left and he's got a single wound. Another smite and kills that infiltrator, so that's kill 1 this turn, which is really good. But this is it. Once the psychic phase is done, that's pretty much the end of the shit. Well, they do is a bit of shooting, but it does bolters. So he's got miasma on the Nurglings to help protect his characters with -1 to hit.
Double 1.
So no, what power didn't go off? Okay, so he tried to smite with the Demon Prince and failed with a reroll. Do we know what's going to happen now? So the Weaver of Fate is...
So Weaver of Fate being the +1 invul.
Yeah, well, +1 save.
Which is the -1.
Yeah, exactly. So the rubrics have got +1 save again from Weaver of Fates.
Nice.
So he's eliminated in the L building.
Yeah, he's in.
So there you go, the Eliminator's going to get punched now, because there's Eliminator in this L still.
Go just enough. That Eliminator was on the very inside of the building.
Yeah, so he's just there.
Yeah,
somewhere around
just
there.
right there. So.
Yeah, so essentially this Thousand Sun that's hanging on the top is actually on the bottom. It's just because they can't reach, and it doesn't really matter. The Eliminator's probably going to die.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So it's been a good game so far. Interesting to see where it goes.
Thank you everyone for tuning in all day. It's been really fun.
Always very humbling.
Very humbling. It's great to see so many cool people, so many new people come and watch these games, which is really good. And also so much support and nice, kind words is really nice. So it's just amazing. So thank you very much, everyone.
Wow, not a single wound.
Not a single wound.
From the rubrics.
Wow.
They couldn't eliminate him.
So the Eliminator's fighting back with 4 attacks. Okay, so he rolled 1 to me. Was that a question? Okay. Okay, so basically what happened was nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. After it was resolved, nothing happened.
Yeah. Yeah. So not a lot happened there. Basically, the rubrics went in, did nothing, and the Eliminator fell back and did nothing. I think he's trying to make sure the guy's wrapped, essentially. I just realised that Jonas's team is Gimp guys in magic pants.
Well, we all know that now. The world is a better place for everyone having that knowledge. So, he's the second guy from Guys in Magic Pants that we had on today.
It is, yeah. Just so happens. turns out they're not that bad players. So the Eliminator is going to fall back up, which means their rubrics are no longer in combat. So here's the point score, so we're just going to work out what the score is. So he's got 3-2-3 for his secondaries, he's got kill one, hold one, and another recon as well. So because of the way that we place the rubrics for the charge, when they go back down, it means the Eliminator can escape straight up and get out of combat. Because you can't move through models, but you can move straight up, you can move up a level. And the Thousand Suns weren't technically on the other level, they just placed them there whilst they were doing the combat because they expected him to die. Because what would have happened is you would have charged in, fought, and then moved straight back out again to get onto the objective. But what actually happened is nothing, except the rubrics moved, and then the Eliminator was out of combat. So
Expected them to die.
yeah.
Do you expect me to talk, Mr. Rubric?
Yeah, so as you can see,
Eliminator.
on the clock,
I expect you to die.
there's 15 minutes for Jonas and 28 for Stefan. Yeah, exactly. All of the CPU was spent super early. But there you go. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Really cool of you all. It's like we are kind of winding down now. There's 30 minutes left on. 30 minutes left. There's like 35 minutes left, roughly 40 minutes on the clock, but roughly in the round there's about 30 minutes left. So they'll have an extra 10 minutes if they need it, but I don't think they will. The repulsor's moved just under 5, so it can still shoot its main gun twice. And it looks like it could target those rubrics now as well as the Nurglings. I think the best play here is to use the Thunderfire cannons to delete the rubrics here and rubrics here, and use the insane amount of DACA from the repulsor just to deal with the Nurglings because it's so many wounds to chew through. Yeah. On what planet was the Imperial Fist player going to get recon? That seems like a tilt. So I imagine what normally happens with Imperial. I imagine what the Imperial Fist expected to do was Stefan, to just move into the middle of the board and just obliterate. Bam, bam. And whilst you're doing that, you're obviously going to get recon, but there you go. Sometimes secondaries can cost you the game. So, but we'll see how he does. Obviously, it is turn 4.
It is about half an hour left in the round.
Yeah. So the repulsor's going to be re-rolling hits, but everything else is going to be re-rolling both hits and wounds. So Stalker's on 7 wounds now. Been healed.
It's just healing. It's getting better.
It's getting better. It's just chilling, having a great time. I got nothing to shoot, so he's doing what, Jay? Sexual healing. Brilliant.
Technical healing.
Technical healing, yeah.
Technical healing.
So the whirlwind is firing into the rubrics in the top. Glamour of Siege. 2 hits onto these guys with the whirlwind. One wound. The whirlwind would have actually been better off shooting the Nurglings because it's easy to hit, easy to wound, and it's 2 damage, so you won't get disgusting resilient. Thunderfire cannon should have gone into here because of the amount of shots. There you go. They would have a 3+ in one against it, yes, but I mean, it's just the weight of dice then. So the Eliminators are shooting from here into that rubric. 4 hits. 3 wounds at -2. Garage guitar player, cheers to Sweden. Well, thank you very much for tuning in, buddy. Cheers to you from Prague. He does kill that rubric. So that's marked for death and kill 1. Okay. Well, that's only a little bit of shooting he's done. It's not a lot.
So got those Nurglings up
What do
there.
you think? What do you think, Elliot?
And just as I've said that, the Thunder Fire Cannon.
And who's he shooting?
The Nurglings
The Nurglings, okay.
on 5. Had a brain fart then, as you can probably tell.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
Been a long day.
2 wounds onto the Nurglings. He's shooting the ones on objective 5. That's a Thunderfire Cannon. Okay, it looks like he's going for the repulsor.
Yeah. It's going to go into the repulsor then, it looks like.
Yeah, do the repulsor, then he can use the Thunderfire Cannon to kill all this stuff. Interesting. So we'll unmute Jay so he can tell us where all the weapons go. So Jay, you're unmuted.
So we're just talking, Stefan's just thinking through what he's going to shoot. Currently, we've got the Executioner Onslaught Gatling and the Heavy Bolter going into the rubrics down here, as well as now the Heavy Stubber. Currently into the Nurglings, we've got Fragstorm, we've got the Icarus Rocket Pod, a couple of Stormbolters, so 2 Fragstorm, 2 Stormbolters, and the Icarus Rocket Pod into the Nurglings. Twin Heavy Bolter, Onslaught Gatling, and the Icarus Heavy Stubber into the rubrics over here. And it looks like we're actually putting the Heavy Laser into the Nurglings as well.
Which makes sense, because every time he wounds and fails to save, that's a Nurgling base dead, with no discussing resilient, because it's multi-damage. I'm sure they've got 3 wounds each.
Nurglings got 4 wounds.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
So he's going to need to do a fair bit of damage going through.
Whoever's talking now is disturbingly loud. I was saying
This is going into the Rubric Marines.
I apologise.
Got a couple of rerolls for the...
I think me and Elliot are flagging a little
7
bit as well,
wounds.
so we started to talk really quiet.
So
Yeah,
7
sorry, guys.
wounds have gone through onto the rubrics. And it looks like 2 have gone through. We've still got the other guns left to fire into there, though. We've got the Heavy Bolter, and we've got the Iron Hail Heavy Stubber as well. So, Heavy Bolter. Heavy Bolter's firing now. It is Imperial Fist Heavy Bolter. He has got a 6. That's already 2 hits. He's got 4 rerolls with the Chapter Master. There's 2 more 6s and a miss. So, out of 6 shots, I think he's hit 8.
Wow, 6 shots.
Obviously.
8 hits.
Rerolling a couple of 1s to wound. Needs 3s to wound. He's got 4. He's only got 4 wounds.
4 wounds.
That's a little bit more likely, right?
Going into the Rubric Marines, let's see if we can make those
One
saves.
more rubric has gone down.
1 more Rubric is dead.
Now we've got the Iron Hail Heavy Stubber. It's a good set of hits. Yeah. So it's 3 hits. Needs to roll force to wound, and he's got a reroll, so he ends up with just a 1. And the rubric does die to that. That's
Wow.
damn. So now we're going into the stuff in the middle. We're firing into the Nurglings. Let's see which weapon we're going to go with first. We've got Stormbolters, we've got Fragstorms, Heavy Laser.
Heavy laser goes first.
So is the Heavy Laser Cannon first. 4 shots into the Nurglings.
Hitting on 4s.
Rerolls for Chapter Master, and he's no, Miasma did not go off, unfortunately.
Okay,
It's
cool.
4 wounds.
4 in
And he
runs.
rolled 4 1s, literally 4 1s.
Wow.
First one does 3 damage. There's no DR, so the second one will kill it. So you've got 2 shots left. Next one kills a base, and the last shot is spinning. It's still spinning. Oh, it's a 2. That's 3 damage. So he's killed 2 bases and got 1 down to 1 wound with the big gun.
Amazing. Okay. There's 4 wounds left in that unit.
Fragstorms are coming next.
Can I take him for
So
follow?
2d6 shots for 5. With some Chapter Master rerolls, he's got 5 hits, and he needs to reroll the 1s. He's got 5 wounds. He's got no demon saves made. He's making his successor resilience now. He's made 3, so that's 1 guy left alive on 2 wounds, I believe. Got the Stormbolters,
Stormbolters left.
and we get There was a cocked dice, but so far we've got 1 hit. So he's actually hit 4 times. He got a 6.
Nice.
Rolling the wounds.
2s.
And he's got 4 wounds. Can the Nurgling stay alive? We've made no demon saves. We rolled 4 4s. And can he make the DRs? 2 go through, it just kills him.
Nurglings all gone. They're all gone.
That's another good shooting phase from that repulsor.
Yeah. What has he got left to shoot, Jay? Does he have much left to shoot? Or is that it?
So we got 4 dead from the unit of rubrics, I believe.
Sounds about right. Hey Jade, is there many more units to shoot this turn?
So there will be more shooting. We're firing a Thunderfire cannon into the rubrics over there.
Okay.
We've got numbers.
Numbers.
Looks like 7 shots.
Okay.
8 shots. And we did get a miss. Trying to get the wounds off now. Got several ones to re-roll. Go for it. We've got 3, 4, 5 wounds at -2. So there's not many left in that unit now, but they have bossed their saves. They're not going down.
Wow.
So second Thunderfire goes in there as well.
Here we go.
There's 9 shots.
Better. Do you think? How many do you think he's going to kill, Jay?
It's good. It's good.
I think he's going to kill
Can
3.
he do it is the question. On the rolls to hit, he's hit with 9 hits. Just needs to get the wounds through now.
Obviously he's rolled 9 hits. It's 2s re-rolling.
A couple of re-rolls. We've got 1 that's a fail. It's 8.
8 saves.
Can the rubrics take another 8 hits from a Thunder Cannon? The answer is 3 of them have gone through.
I said 3. I was right.
And he's killed the unit. That's another march for death point. That's pretty big right now.
Yeah. So that's the rubric's gone.
That is the rubric's gone. He's just maxed march for death as well.
Wow, okay. Wowzer.
It's the end of the battle round. Just to get the players to help tot up the scores, so we'll let you know what we've got.
Okay, so we just beat you, Jay. Thank you very much for that, dude. Really appreciate it. Smashing it. Jay from Mohawk Miniatures, absolutely smashing it, the coverage this weekend with us. So massive shout out to him for coming out and helping us. Flying him out to another country, dragging him away from work and painting to stand around a table and shout about Warhammer all weekend. Hooray! Yes.
Yes. Yes. Warhammer. I have nothing to say to that.
You can do this, Elliot. There's only 15 minutes left. You're okay.
There is
We
only
believe in
15
you.
minutes.
We believe in you.
Now, what are we thinking? Points being totted up.
Yeah, so that's the rubrics all gone from that corner. They just basically counted up with a dice how many were dead, and then they moved them down at the end. So,
Kill 1, hold 1. Kill 1.
not a lot left on Jonas' side, going into turn 6. Turn 5 even. Oh no.
Well, this will be the last turn either way because they've got about just over 15 minutes going into this.
Evil Beard has just subscribed. You're absolute legend. Thank you so much. The thing is there's 15 minutes on the clock, but because they started their chess clock late and they have pauses, there's actually still 37 minutes in total for this round for them if they were to use every single second, which they won't. There you go, 20-18 to Jonas currently. So he's still winning, even though he's really on the back foot. But we'll find out what he does in the next turn. He could still win if he gets some smites in the right place. If he places everything, grabs enough objectives, and bosses his saves, then he might be able to do it. But we'll see.
Probably been able to hear that announcement.
So they've got 15 minutes, but they've got time on the clock, so I imagine they'll have to play to the end of the time on the clock.
Yep.
That's how chess clock will work. So we're going to have a tactical switcheroo, because Jay's going to come say and talk about how he thinks the game's going with Elliot.
Hey Elliot, how you doing?
Hello, Jay. I'm very well, thank you.
Excellent, I'm glad to hear it. I think both players are working very hard now to try and stay in the game.
Yep.
Jonas has just basically got to try and survive for the next couple of turns. If he can still win it. Stefan unwisely chose Recon against an army that wants to come forward at you.
Yep.
So that may be the one thing that makes him fall out in the game. There is a possibility he can get a point or two out of it, and he has still got one headhunter secondary to get. But I think the real big chance that he's got is because he went second. He's ideally looking to get kill more and hold more every turn.
Yeah.
And if he can, he's really going to max out the points in that primary, and that's going to be the swing for Stefan. And so we're just measuring up some ranges for some advanced rolls. We've got some cultists that are hoping to be all they can be. How have you found the game?
It's been a really interesting one there. So I kind of thought I'd decided who'd won around about turn 2.
Did you think the Chaos player was going to win?
Yeah, I thought the Chaos player was going to back him into that corner and just absolutely mess him up.
Yeah.
And then he didn't wrap.
Get him against the wall and pin him by the throat.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
throat.
All that imagery that's going on in your mind right now. All of that. Faction players for the next match and start time. So the next match will be tomorrow now. That is at 9 a.m. GMT +1, so European Standard Time. Tomorrow, that will be round 4 of the 5-round event, and we'll be streaming the top table. So it depends.
Yeah, could be anyone.
It depends who wins this. All the scores will be totted up after this by the TOs, and they will do the pairings. Whoever is on the top table will 99% be on the stream, unless we end up with 2 players who've already played. In which case, I don't know. But those decisions will be made in the morning. Start time, as I've said, 9 a.m. tomorrow. It is wrapping up over here now. It will be 8 p.m.
Yeah. So the players have really only got 15 minutes left in the match, but because the judges paused the game here for a rules query earlier on, the players are going to be allowed to play to the clock. So they've got 30 minutes left in their game, of which Jonas has got 9 of those. And it's his turn now, so he really does need to make sure he only takes the most necessary actions.
Yep.
If he clocks out, the only thing he's allowed to do is make armor saves. So that's no Overwatch, no Psychic, no nothing. And it means that Stefan can really just sort of try and ramp up. If he can get some of this stuff into the middle, he can get a recon point here. He's already got one there. He just needs to move something up. It should be easy enough with what he's got, especially with a guy on a bike who can advance and just get right in where he needs to be.
He can get stuck in, he's got his Power Fist in there, he's a Chapter Master, so he's no pushover. Anyway, so he can get in there and make a mess. We've still got the Repulsor, the Whirlwind, the Stalker.
Yeah, exactly that. So we've got some Psychic stuff going on now. Unfortunately, we're not at the table, so I can't tell you exactly what's happening. But it won't be too much longer before Mikey comes back and we get a quick recap on the Psychic phase. There's still some decent units left for Jonas, though. He can definitely get the kill against this lone Eliminator. I think, that was it.
There it goes.
I prophesized that.
Yep.
100%. Eliminator has been smoted. I think we're about to tag Mikey back in, but he's currently giving me a shoulder rub, so I might just, let him carry on with that for a bit.
It's been very touchy today.
Considering that I've been holding an iPad and the phone in my hands all day, I've got really tense shoulders. He's got strong fingers, Mikey.
Just breathe in.
Today,
Then breathe out in.
You know what that is,
plus
don't
side,
you?
I can't feel his hairy palms.
All the painting.
I don't know if that helps or not.
Really?
I saw it in a TV show once, everyone. So, factions plays for the next match and start time. Are we already gone over that? Yes. That was 3 minutes ago, to be fair. Obviously, we'll be starting at 9. 9 a.m. GMT +1.
How little faith you have in us.
Pardon?
How little faith you have in us.
I just saw it, so I just automatically responded.
We know.
It's not like you've been doing it all day.
We know, don't we, Jay?
I'm gonna have a chill out now. Feel much better after that technical issue I fixed.
Get himself in the middle of that objective, a big advance.
Jay's gonna do a quick catch up on the score. There you go. Go grab another objective.
Boom, there we go.
Can Stefan score 4 points this turn to make it a tie going into the last round? I think he can. Kill one, hold one, kill more, hold more. Easy peasy.
He's going to get King of the Hill as well, Jonas.
Jonas is going to get King of the Hill, to be fair.
So that's going to make it 23.
I mean, to be fair, to say how much of a mistake he made, he's playing it well, is Jonas. There you go, there's a list if you need them from Moontoon Dude. Also, exclamation point Mathhammer to check out Mathhammer who is sponsoring the stream. Exclamation point GoFundMe to try and help us get a super awesome camera for better live coverage so we can actually zoom in on these nice models. You'll be able to actually see what they look like.
Show them the second camera. Show them.
The second camera.
Look at what we're working with.
Look at this terrible technology.
Look at it, it's awful.
Get us a swoosh camera. Please help.
We want to just make the best content for you.
Yeah, exactly. So, if you could help out, that'd be amazing. But if not, that's okay. Thank you very much for watching anyway. That is all we really...
Ghetto camera.
That's all we expect from you. Is watching. You must...
Yeah, we
must
expect
watch.
every citizen of the Imperial must do his duty.
Certainly should.
Oh.
It's still close, this game, though. It's also all to play for. I do feel like Jonas is on the back foot, though, and he has been for about 3 turns.
I have to put like a big red box up when Jay's speaking. You know me unmuting, because otherwise I forget after 30 seconds and then I start like trying to fill in.
He is muted now, though, so that's
It's
okay.
like talking over it.
What's Jay saying? What's he saying?
So we're... I don't know if we're deciding. Has he already decided his... Perfect. All the shots are going into those Nurglings at the top on objective 5.
Okay. Yeah, just get rid of those Nurglings. That's gonna secure hold more for Stefan.
10 wounds on there for the Gatling.
Ouch. 40k stat center, they are using Tawny Keeper, sadly. How's it going? Is that a Falcon or is that Val? Welcome, guys. So yeah, obviously they're using something else that someone else is using. Hi, Val. It's nice to see you.
Hello, Val.
I met Val in Vegas. It was very nice to meet him. He was a lovely man. He was trying to set up a drone at the time, so we didn't really get to chat. But welcome, dude. How you doing? But yeah, Tony Keeper, I can send you a link if you drop me a message on Facebook and I'll fire that towards you.
Just trying to make those saves.
I was not really much of a human being. Boy, we have been there.
Wow.
The Nurglings made how many saves?
So he made three demon saves. 8 wounds went through.
Right.
And then only ended up doing 2 damage.
Wow.
Bunch of
Okay.
Nurglings.
There you go.
Wow.
No worries, buddy. Enjoy looking through the pairings on that one. It's not a fun. It's not an easy app on the phone. I'll tell you now.
Wow, he's re-rolled his ones into ones, old Stefan.
Oh man.
Nope, those Nurglings are staying.
The Nurglings are living.
Yep.
How many wounds?
Only taken 2 wounds or something from the report.
So there's 6 wounds left on that unit then. Still.
Yeah, 1 base has gone, and then he's nearly killed 2 bases with all the repulsor shooting.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting.
Stormbolt is next.
Really, really close.
4 wounds and 4 saves.
Oh, looks like 1 Nurgling base is gone. The one's on 3 wounds?
He's left on 2 wounds.
2 wounds, my apologies. We're going to get an update from Jay exactly what's shooting next. The Nurgling's down to 1 wound. This is basically going to score a difference between drawing on Holdmore and failing Holdmore. As a GSC player, it's sad to see no GSC lists in this tournament. At least some NIDs. Let's hope they can push through all the Marine list. The problem is this is before the greater good supplement, but even with that, GSC are in a really bad place competitive right now. All the really good units went ranked up in points after Space Marines came out and basically killed them anyway. So, so it's really tough.
He's already dead.
Yeah.
3 failed saves. Is this system resilient?
There we go.
No, it's gone. There we go.
That'll secure hold more for Stefan this turn. Crazy. There we go. Because now Jonas is only holding one objective. Stefan is holding 2. One with the
Still has a lot
Stalker.
of indirect fire as well.
He does, yeah. And also, I believe he has either... Does he have a unit of Nurglings left in the LJ? I think he does. Is there any Nurglings left?
Only eliminators that I believe the Poxbringer.
The Poxbringer, yeah, that is the Nurgle demon character. Yeah, which is cool. Poxbringer takes a wound.
Oh yes, there we go. It's taking a wound.
Val disappointed me too. 1, he's not using his real name because he's afraid, and that is heartbreaking. 2,
Whirlwind is going to shoot at the Nurglings.
LVO.
1 hit.
I mean, I couldn't even get these lads to wear a shirt this morning, so there you go. I end up ironing my shirt this morning, then taking it straight back off. I just might wear a tie tomorrow, and then that's it.
Yeah.
That's it, Elliot. Only a tie.
That's it. That's it.
Just completely stark naked,
That's
but with shorts.
yeah. With some kind of crazy shorts.
Yeah. I'll be like Party Boy of Jackass.
So 9 shots going into the Nurglings.
So there is a unit of Nurglings in the L
9
still.
hits as well.
So there is a unit of Nurglings still in the L. I don't know why I'm asking. I asked you, but I could just look and I can see them. With this
wounds.
terrible camera.
8 wounds. Can he roll hot saves? 6 have gone through. 5 wounds. Five guys and 1 left and 1 wound.
Yeah. So there's
Sorry.
2 minutes remaining on the clock for the main event, but I believe these guys are going to be able to overrun because I've had a few pauses for tier rulings. But it looks like there's 2 Nurgling bases, 1 Poxbringer, 1 Harryman, and a Demon Prince of Tzeentch left in that building. And that is all that Jonas has left. £100 to your GoFundMe if you only wear tie and shorts. I think £250 sounds reasonable.
Just as a quick update, as we're talking about your small vicious parts, the 2 bases of Nurglings have gone. So that does just leave characters, I believe.
Wow, okay. So Demon Prince of Poxbringer and Harryman left, going into turn 6. That is the end of Battle Round 5. We're going to get the quick update on the score. Stefan gets kill 1, hold more, and kill more than likely. There you go, there's all 4 points. That's the draw. Wow. Will Jonas get King of the Hill this turn? However, as Jay brought up...
Just having a discussion about it now.
Yeah. As Jay brought up, Stefan could get recon in his final turn with the Repulsor and the Stalker moving up and the Bike as well. Especially because he has bottom of turn. Because he has bottom of turn, he can make really dangerous moves because there's no response. Yeah. Because this is the final turn, so he could advance or like move next to an enemy that's not can't intervene, and he can't.
Get the point before the enemy has a chance to respond.
Exactly, yeah. He can't get King of the Hill with other characters. There you go. So there you go. So it's just finishing. It's the final turn. So it's 22-22. I think we're going to see Jonas take this one, unless something crazy happens. Unless something crazy happens, I think Jonas has won this game. Okay, so there's not only characters left, there's actually a unit of cultists still in the building, I believe. So there's still a unit of cultists in this corner, which is a very, very cheap kill in the final round. Oh no, your characters have inbounds. Okay, I'll just murder these 10 cultists in here for kill 1 and kill more. With my 2 Thunderfire cannons and a whirlwind. Alright then. Tempting, but we're still considering that 1,000 sub celebration. Yeah, you are, to be fair, because I'm a terrible human. So look, he holds and kills, you'll also hold more and kill more, game to fists.
Also, Jonas has just gone under 4 minutes left.
Oh yeah,
Less
true.
than 4 minutes.
You can see on the clock, if we had a super cool swoosh camera, we could zoom in on that right now, but we can't. With an Xbox controller, by the way. Basically, what I'm saying is, I just want to stream and play Xbox at the same time.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. And you can make that become a thing. But he does have 3 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. Looks like the Demon Prince is being ballsy now. Giving the Headhunter away, basically, because the Repulsor is going to be able to shoot that Demon Prince, probably kill it. There you go, Iron Man out as well. So he's got to kill something. What's he going to kill? I'm sure Jay's going to keep us up to date.
He's going to kill the Stalker, hasn't he?
He's going to go for the Stalker.
I think so.
How many wounds does the Stalker have now? Like 8?
He's got 7 wounds left.
7.
It's the nearest visible target. So.
Okay, so that's a lot of smite and a lot of mortal wound output. But if that repulse, well, the thing is what I think is going to happen now is going to kill the Stalker. That's kill 1.
Eyeball strength's gone off as well.
Oh, he's waiting for a cheeky charge.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
Araman Smite.
The Stalker gets killed, but then the Repulsor kills the 2 characters, and the Thunderfire Cannons kill the Cultists at the back.
Only a standard Smite.
I killed Iron Hands with the last round. The last charge. Drago killed 5 intercessors. Therefore, Butcher Bill, last match. Line Breaker, ground control. 4 points due to the charge.
High five. Well done, buddy. So Matthias just saying he absolutely smashed Iron Hands in the last round. Obviously, he was on game 1 with his Grey Knights. Managed to get Caldor Drago to obliterate some units and win the game. So fair play. Fair play. There you go. We've got the charge onto the Stalker now. Or is it maybe a warp time?
Warp time.
Warp time, I apologise. A free charge onto a Stalker.
Yeah. You'd be getting ahead of yourself now.
I am always getting ahead of myself. I am very sorry, Mr. Elliot. Very, very sorry, Mr. Elliot.
No,
I love you.
It's okay.
He has 1:41 on the clock, whereas Stefan has 12 minutes. Enough time to shoot maybe half the weapons of the Repulsor. There you go, makes the charge. Get your dice quick, bro. Quick. You haven't got a lot of time, brother. Quickly now. Do you know if he runs...
Finish the action that he started. So...
Well, no, if he runs out of time, that's it.
Oh, does he not get
Can't
to,
roll any more dice.
Even if he's...
Can't make any saves. Can't do anything. He missed a win. He did win. He did miss a win, yeah. I think that's it. I think it's gone to fist now. But taking it to the wire. But yeah, if you run out of time in ITC, you can't roll any more dice.
Wow.
You can't roll for morale or anything like that. You can't roll armor saves. You just die. Could warp time Cultists into Stalker. The thing is, the Cultists are quite far away. Because the Cultists are in this building, and Iron Man was like over here. So, I mean, that's a long way to cast warp time. I don't think he finished... Well, he might finish the phase you're on, but still, I mean, when he gets shot in return, he can't make armor saves.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. He's got Repulsor shooting in him.
You can make armor saves. It's the only thing you can do.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing he can actually do is.
Okay. All right. Elliot's giving me the Emperor's sign.
Getting fed in, and we're just
Oh, yeah.
getting.
So he can make armor saves.
I'm just a conduit for Jay's knowledge.
Okay. No, they're not. They're in this top L over here. So literally doing nothing.
You just took an L then, didn't you?
I did take a big L. The biggest of L's. The biggest L all day.
I'm the biggest L.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think Jonas is going to take the biggest L today, but there you go. Yikes. So there we go. So that's the end of Jonas's turn. It's 24-22.
Jonas has finished this game.
Does he get a recon, Jay? 40k stat center, thank you very much for following, you absolute legend. I believe he might get a recon. I know that's not perfectly straight, but we have the Demon Prince here, we have Araman here, we have this guy who can be counted as in this corner, the Poxbringer, and then he has Cultists in this corner. Interesting. Is there any recon scored this turn, or is that it? Not sure. I mean, 3-3-3, it's not too bad. We're going to get an update from the table as well.
Well, the Poxbringer's in the wrong table plot.
Ah, right, it's too far. Oh, yeah, because, of course, they're across the middle. That objective is the middle line. So there you go.
So there's nothing up in that, yeah.
Killing the
big laser.
Killing the Stalker would be a big game hunter as well, though.
3 damage on the Zeech Demon Prince. It's now down to 2 wounds.
Down to 2 wounds. Yeah, he should have got big game hunter off that last Stalker, I think. But we're not TOs, we're not interjecting, so
Nope.
If they didn't score it, they didn't score it. Yeah, so he could have got recon there. If your models are in the bottom floor of terrain, does that count as a line of sight? So, yes, but no. Because in this terrain, it's all built for ITC, so there's all blocked, so there is no windows, so you can't be seen. So anyway, so unless you can go around the wall, but yeah, he literally has 4 models in the centre of the board. Well, 3 models in the centre of the board that he could have put anywhere for recon.
Yeah.
And he didn't.
1 wound which is saved.
Repulsor coming in next. So there's going to be no recon from the Imperial Fists either, which I think maybe could have been done with the bike and the Repulsor as well. Well, he wouldn't be actually, because of losing the Stalker, he won't be able to do that anymore. But still, I mean. What's Prague like? It's really cool. We haven't been able to see much of it. We've seen a lot of it in a taxi, but we've been working our asses off to make sure you can see all the best 40k action. There you go. We got that big game hunter added. The players have realised, but also had a headhunter, so it's 25-25. But
Wowee.
Wowee. But with kill more, with hold more as well, maybe.
It's currently got.
He's got to kill Araman to get kill more or kill the cultists. So we'll see. That'll let him win by 1 point. Only watched the last turn and Jonas already missed 2 vital, easily achievable points. Yeah, ouch. Yeah, exactly, Yannick. Exactly. It currently does have hold more. I'm just not.
5 so far. 9 more.
Can Space Marines use Relic Land Speed as Proteus? I think so. Land Raider approaches. I believe so, yeah. Here we go.
It's going to be a kill more. The cultists are dead.
He's kill the cultists. Okay, so that's kill more. That's game. That is game. That's going to be kill more, hold more.
Wow. Wow.
Can't get any more recon. Can't get any more King of the Hill. I think that's game. It's going to be 27-25 by the looks of it. Just going to get a couple of final rolls with a Thunderfire Cannon. Oh, has he killed the cultists yet? Or is he still shooting them? He's still shooting them. Dawn is proud. Obviously, Chapter Master Valric there.
There it goes.
There you go. That's
There's
game.
the handshake.
He actually went for the Poxbringer. Fair play. Fair play. Okay, so that is game, everyone. That is going to be a 27-25, I believe. Jay's getting electrocuted. Amazing. What an absolutely crazy game. Exactly. Mental match from Imperial Bunker. Small margins, but Jonas messed up a couple of things. Yeah, he's missing recon, crucial. Not wrapping the possessed turn 2.
Imagine if Stefan had taken something that wasn't recon.
Mate, it'd be dominating him right now.
It'd be a different game.
There you go. We're just going to make sure that's the final score before we cut back to our faces. Any second now. What a crazy, crazy game. The Rat was the biggest. If he had Rat that his possessed would have lived, and then he would have had the repulsor and been close to the Thunderfire Cannons. Yeah, exactly. He would have just been able to just walk through this little castle in the corner with the possessed in here and just eating this alive.
Yeah, has just managed to slowly whittle him down until he can't score points.
There you go. So that's the final handshake. So 27-25, Jay. Was it definitely 27-25?
Yep.
Okay, so we'll cut back to our faces. If Jay wants to come join us, Jay wants to come say hello. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Are you ready, Elliot?
I'm always ready.
I don't know if you are. Do you look ready?
Born ready.
So there you go, guys. That was round 3 of the Prague Open Wargaming 40k ITC singles.
Can you get any more acronyms in that?
No.
No.
That's all of them.
Well, that was what a fantastic round 3. Absolutely crazy game.
Yeah, tooth and nail.
Absolutely tooth and nail. Like, it was so crazy to watch because we were like, okay, the possessed are in combat.
Yep.
They're going to eat some dreadnoughts. Not all of them. They're going to eat some dreadnoughts. Wrap. Turn 2, turn 3. Come out, kill whatever they're in combat with. Walk through the army and done. We get an early finish, we go for a beer, but no. Jonas decides to not wrap, so we have to play the 2 hours extra of the game.
But what 2 hours though, right?
It was super crazy, super fun. Like, those possessed, I mean, they weren't in combat, but they took such a beating.
They got hammered.
And then still killed intercessors in combat that same turn.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
I think charging intercessors was maybe one of those, like, oh, I just want to get a little bit more damage, this will do it, won't it?
Yeah.
No, won't do it.
No.
Won't do it.
No, exactly. Never charge the possessed. Unless you're Tau, because you can't do anything else.
Yeah.
You may as well. You may as well. Well, there you go. What a fantastic day. That was 9 hours of Warhammer 40,000. Some of the most competitive games you'll have seen today. Definitely. By fact, if you've watched this.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah, exactly.
Say hi to Fish in the chat.
Fish is in the chat, yeah.
What up, dude?
There you go. So, Jay, you've absolutely smashed it today.
Thank you very much.
Have you enjoyed it?
I've sweated most of my Christmas weight out, so it's all good.
Grim.
Yeah, we're sharing a room, so.
I want to say, please shower tonight before you get in bed.
I've got dibs.
Well, there you go. So obviously make sure you check out Jay and Mohawk Miniatures on twitch.tv/Mohawk Miniatures, who paints every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday, and also does a podcast with me every Monday night.
Every Monday night.
Every Monday night. Except for this Monday, maybe. Maybe, we'll see. Well, there you go. Yeah. So Elliot, what do you think of that game? Did you enjoy it? That's the first time you've seen the possessed bomb in action.
Yeah.
However, it wasn't the best possessed bomb in action.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't the best action you could have seen.
Sad.
But it did eat those 3 dreadnoughts easily.
It was a chaos list, so...
It was cool.
it did really well.
It was quite fun to watch Elliot say, "Oh, he's eating the dreadnought," and then for me and Jay to point out that was only 3 of the possessed that ate the dreadnought, and there's another 17
Only
in that
3
unit.
of them have hit.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got 35 more attacks. His opponent just went, yeah, no.
I'll just take that out. But there you go. So thanks to Jay, thanks to Elliot, you smashed it. Thanks to you guys at home for watching all day. You absolutely smashed it with tuning in. Thank you very much to Prague Open Wargaming Events and Gamemat.eu for flying us out to cover this event, and I do hope you've enjoyed the coverage today. Thank you very much to Mathhammer for sponsoring the stream, making all of this not 100% possible, but definitely easier. They absolutely smashed it. So they absolutely smashed it with supporters. Make sure you use !Mathhammer. There's a link to the App Store and the Play Store, so you can download that super cool app. It's really, really helpful for when you're writing lists. Don't use it at the table like me and Dan did. That's a bad idea. But there you go. So thank you very much to you guys. Obviously, we have a GoFundMe running. We're trying to hit the goal to buy a new camera.
The Warhammer UAV.
So you can zoom in on the nice models. As I said, look at this terrible camera we're working with. Look at this.
Look at it. Look at it. It hurts.
We want a Rouge Heart Eyes camera to be able to use. So exactly. So thanks again to you guys at home. Is there anyone else you need to say thanks to?
If that happens, every time we do something fancy with it, I'm there. I'll just be going, oh, isn't it fancy? Oh, bloody hell. Isn't it cracking that?
So there you go. So thank you to all of you guys. Thank you to all of us guys. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. GMT +1 for round 4 of the Prague Open ITC singles event. So a quick word from our sponsors before we go grab a beer and have food, I think.
Yeah, remember to check it out.
See you in the morning. Okay, guys, it is the Blood Raven shooting phase versus the Thousand Suns. Dan,
Yep.
What would you like to shoot first?
Well, I need to kill something, so I'm really thinking. Your characters are there, and I've got some snipers, so I'm thinking I probably should kill them.
Okay.
So I might go. Ahriman's there. Ahriman's got his warlord trait, so do you know what? We'll try and snap this one with the eliminators. Actually, hold on. No, we're gonna go with the grav into the rubrics.
Okay.
Because I've just literally just math hammered it, and
What are you playing at?
I'm playing with this cool app.
What
It's
app?
brilliant. So this math hammer app.
Hey guys, the new Mathhammer app that's brand new to the App Store revolutionizes the way you can work out the effectiveness of different units across the game. There's a bunch of cool features that you can use to represent different units and abilities. It has multiple weapons to see the full damage output of a single unit instantly, full support for rerolls, modifiers, exploding sixes, and much more. For instant grav that we were about to use, it knew that we needed to reroll wounds and damage rolls, as well as take into account like chapter masters nearby, etc. It has full profile analysis in one click. You can see return of investments. You can compare points values for the attack and defender to work out how effective one unit is killing another, and then getting the points value of that. You can quickly input and save attacker and defender profiles and get instant results for your saved profiles as well. I wouldn't promote something on the channel that I don't believe in. I've used this app personally, and that is hands down honest truth. I have used this myself to work out what units I want to take at the next few tournaments I'm going to in the near future. Massive shout out to Mathhammer for coming forward and supporting us, so hopefully you guys can help them in return. Like they let us basically do anything we want, so it was really cool, so thanks for that. You can find the app on the App Store, search for Mathhammer and make sure you look for the correct logo and get that cool app. So thanks to you guys, and hopefully you enjoy the video.